Hey everybody, welcome to the sportiest stream! I already see some Knights of Chaos people, some Knights of Chaos fans I've seen before. How is everybody doing? And thank you for the nice comments there, Jorgen. I do see you, Damien, that noticed me. How's everybody doing over there? Hopefully everybody's having an amazing evening! We got 3 matches tonight. It was almost just 2, but we got a third one in a few hours ago, and that match being a big one. That match being that third match on the list. We are Wash versus NBD. But first up, Strikers of Chaos Onyx versus Street Meat. And we'll end off with a fun little... That's not the right name. Let me fix that. It's not Moonrise Gaming who's playing tonight. It's SNRF. Versus Templars GC. That is that last match there is with Crouton Dust, who we had earlier today. Now he's going to be playing on stream. And yeah, that third caster, you know, he's still with us. My man, Tony. Well, still in the voice call. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Yeah, it's my man Tony coming in. I had so much fun earlier today that we decided we gotta keep going. And why not?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and you know how fun it is here on the stream, isn't it?
Oh, 100%, bro. I love it here.
And see guys, see Knights of Chaos, Strikes of Chaos fans. Make sure to go give my man Tony some love. He has a Twitch stream of his own and you know, I'm gonna let you shout out whatever you want.
Oh, bro, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I stream on Twitch, I do YouTube stuff. Pretty much everything is of the @ of my_man_Tony, MMT capitalized. If you go to my Twitch, you'll be able to find my link tree. All my socials are under that, and also I have it linked on my YouTube, on my Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So as long as you find one, you'll be able to find all of them.
That's a pretty easy way to say it. I don't actually have a link tree. I should probably get one, but it's probably not
It
too
is
hard to
super
even set up.
convenient.
I was gonna say it's probably not
It
even
is
that hard to
super.
set up. I should probably get that.
Oh, yeah, it's super easy to set
Yeah.
up.
Well, maybe I'll do that later tonight after these incredible matches start. But first up is a tier 4 3v3 between Strikers of Chaos Onyx and Street Meat. That was earlier today. Let's try this again. There you go. Strikers of Chaos Onyx versus Street Meat. Man, this has not been a good start of my stream. I've been clicking the wrong things. Onyx here currently running a 7-0 record. Street Meat running a 5-2 record. These records we've seen records like these play against each other in the playoffs, and in all honesty, we've seen both results happen as well, where any team can win. Undefeated teams losing, not uncommon. We saw that earlier today with football cards. They took a sweep loss to Showtime Raz, their first ever loss of the season. And it's the quarterfinals as well, so when you lose, you are out. This is not like the regular season anymore.
True. Yeah. I'm super excited to see both of these teams play. Like you said, Strikers of Chaos is currently 7-0. Street Meat is 5-2. Strikers of Chaos definitely the favorite here. Being as in they are 7-0. Street Meat could possibly come back and kick them out of semifinals though, because we saw that earlier today. We saw an undefeated team get knocked out by a team that didn't have as good of a record as they did.
Yeah, that's just how teams play in the playoffs. If you play better in the playoffs, you're going to do well. As here comes the prediction polls. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't think any Strikers of Chaos fans are going to be dissuaded by no matter how much we talk about upsets happening. If you want any more statistics, 7-0, 5-2. Those are the records of the Strikers of Chaos Emerald team as they played against Pimp Chimp and Capper Boys, and that one was a loss for Emerald. They lost to Pimp Chimp and Capper Boys in the quarterfinals with the exact same records. So anything can happen here. But I'm sure Onyx, being one of only 2 teams left of the Strikers and the Knights of Chaos organization, the other one being Strikers of Chaos Scarlet, who are now in the semifinals. Onyx, I'm sure, is going to want to join them there. Onyx, who I've heard of, when I've talked to many people in that Knights of Chaos Discord server, a lot of them say Onyx is probably the biggest favorite to win out of any of the teams there. Do you think that might, and with the 7-0 record being the top team in their league, that's probably very true? Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, you got to give respect to a team that is currently undefeated, not only in just the normal circuit matches throughout the first 6 weeks of IGL, but also coming into playoffs as well. They have not dropped a single full game against any of these teams, and there have been quite a bit of teams that have also been really good coming into IGL and Tier 4 Div 16.
Yeah, a couple of great teams. We're gonna look at. As we have given out the info, we are going to look at that webpage blue. As I know, all of you Strikers of Chaos, Knights of Chaos fans are going to be voting very heavily in favor of your team. You guys always do. But here's our current bracket. We've already seen Latin 7 line play Hex Gaming. That was a win for Hex Gaming. And this match, if anybody doesn't know my man Tony very well, my man Tony, tell us what team you're on.
Hex Gaming.
Yeah, he's
sir.
on Hex Gaming. So whoever wins this is going to be playing my man Tony in the semifinals, and we might actually get to see that on stream next week. Who knows? But
Hopefully.
other than that, the whole bottom section, DTP Pontics King versus Lasagna Boys and Fractured Evolution versus Team Kronos.
Have you seen any of the other teams play? Like, have you seen Pon or any of them?
I have not actually seen any of the other 4 teams in the bracket play each other.
I have heard that Team Kronos is actually pretty decent, along with Fractured. So I want to be able to maybe go and see that match as well at some point this week if it's being casted.
Fractured Evolution, Team Kronos still happening. There is no caster assigned to it, so you have to get. And on the other side is Pontics King versus Lasagna Boys and DTP.
And that name's kind of making me a little hungry, not gonna lie.
Pontics King, and that was a win for the Lasagna Boys. They won in a sweep.
Oh
Another
my gosh!
Upset in this bracket. We're getting a lot of upsets here. The actual season, this season, the Engine Gaming League final bracket has not been short of upsets. So this is a very scary situation for Onyx. They really, really don't want to lose and become one of those other teams that has lost in an upset. And what do you think? What do you really think that brings kind of these upsets? There's so many of them. What do you think brings upsets like this? Do you think it might be just like the fact that maybe teams now are more confident than ever, or maybe it's something else? Maybe it's pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe there's so many reasons that there could be that there's so many upsets this season. What do you think is the reason for that, though? The ultimate one.
Yeah, so I definitely think that nerves play a big factor into it, but then also we've had a lot of games cast this season. I know last season, my team was actually in tier 5. We weren't able to get a lot of our games casted, but I've noticed this circuit there have been a lot of games casted, so there's a lot of opportunities to go and look at the VODs and see how teams are playing and how you are able to actually counteract that, rather if it's playing your same style that you're playing already, or if it's maybe getting with your team and like possibly changing up your playstyle. That way you're able to get that upset win.
Mayhem's coming in saying this is some insider trading. Well, we had the same with Crouton earlier when he watched Hex Gaming play, because no, what match did he see? No, it was Latin 7 Clippers. We had the same thing with Crouton.
Yeah.
He was casting it, and he would have to play the winner. Or actually, he might play the winner because he actually hasn't played yet. He'll be playing tonight at 11 p.m. For anybody who wants to see that. Crouton could find himself playing against Latin 7 in the semifinals, or could find himself out. But as that's happening again, we got this one. I'm voting for us, says Zahi. Well, you're on the team, Zahi. You kind of have to. You kind of have to, especially since you're actually the captain, because I don't think En's be able to play tonight. So they're gonna have Zahi come in as their standing captain. En's is I don't think En's able to play tonight, so we're gonna have Zahi play tonight instead. So that's gonna be really fun. As we do have someone coming in, Typhoon coming in with the 40 on street meet. So what's funny is Typhoon is on the part of the Knights of Chaos Discord server. But he always votes against them because it's like Prophet. If he wins, he gets so many points. Which, you know what?
Yeah.
That is how you work smart. Although you could also lose all your points that way, because you are voting against the favorites. True. As the prediction poll has ended, it is 99-1 in favor of Strikers of Chaos.
Goodness.
Hey, hello Tusty, how you doing? Tusty's still here. Tusty, how are you somehow awake? It's like 5 a.m. for you. Nope. It's like 3 a.m. for you. It's the middle of the night. And now don't come back to me going, oh, it's gamer hours. No. That's like
gamer hours.
It's not gamer hours. Go to sleep. It's 2 a.m. for you. What are you doing awake? I go to sleep at 2 a.m. whenever I'm busy. I don't usually stay up past 2 a.m. that often. Which I know it doesn't sound that all that amazing, but we're just gonna skip that. Hopefully everybody's in. Hopefully everybody's in the lobby. In fact, we're gonna use that strategy that one of you guys in an earlier match said to do. Check the report option and see who's in. Yep, everybody's in. So we got Jorgen, Zehi, Samuzarder, Iholes, Castellica, and Longtime Oyster playing. Are you ready? You ready, Tony? This is gonna be fun, isn't it?
Oh yes, sir. I am super excited for this match.
Zehi, fight these tears. Zehi, yeah, we're gonna have the Strikers of Chaos fans here go after Typhoon.
Philippines.
This is not the first time Typhoon's done this as well, so that's what I find so funny about it. But here we go. This is a Tier 4 3v3. Onyx in the blue. Street Meat representing the orange. Iron Man Tony, this is shaping up to be a good match, and here we go. I'm going to back away a little bit from my mic so I don't yell into it too often. As this series has now officially begun. 3 matches tonight. This is the first one.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I am super excited to see this match. We have, like you said, Strikers of Chaos Onyx in the blue. We have Street Meat in the orange. And I'm wondering, is there like any specific reason why their Onyx's like main captain was not able to make this match?
Oh, you'd have
Did
to
they
ask.
say?
You'd have to ask. Yeah, I know End has told me, and I'm just too dumb to remember it. I will check actually in between if you want me. I think he has told me, and if not, Mayhem's going to tell me right now actually, because Mayhem's really it knows all. It's up for some reason. You should recognize the name Mayhem, Tony. Mayhem
It does sound familiar.
Yeah, he was a commentator for Rocket League, and this is actually what he's been doing after his commentary years. He's now actually running the organization. They're very young.
Okay.
In fact, they have so many teams, so many really good teams as well. This has been an extremely successful season for Knights of Chaos. But playoffs, there's a lot of playoff roles for them. 17 of their 8 teams made into playoffs. Only 2 of them remain, and only one of them has secured the semifinals. Here's the other one, Onyx, as they start this series. And I think what really comes to it is a lot of these come down to stress. Because they are so new to the Indy Gaming League.
Right.
This is really difficult for them to get used to this pressure. I know my first time in the Indy Gaming League was back in fall of 2021. And that first year went decently well. I think I actually ended up I think I lost in the quarterfinals on Zero Gravity, but on the Zero Gravity Advanced team. But after that, went to the 2v2 circuit and won. But here comes Zahi to start off with a goal. It's been a slow start for these teams. Not a lot of fast movement you'd expect in Tier 4, but it's favoring Onyx with this shot from Zahi as Iholes took it away from his teammate. A bit of miscommunication on the goal line. It's going to cost Onyx. No, it's going to cost Street Meat a goal.
Yeah. And one of the things that I normally like seeing within the first match is it normally does being a little bit slower, only because it's like, especially if you haven't played the team before, you normally end up playing a little bit slower just so that you can try to get a feel for the other team. Because there's a lot of people that I've heard say that the first match isn't really an actual match for the game. You're more or less just trying to fill out your other opponent, trying to see who they try to favor more, trying to get goals, who they normally try to favor on the back line. And normally in the second game is where you start seeing a little bit more of that faster play.
And the big thing about it is none of these teams have not played each other. They don't have any common opponents either, so they don't have anything to base off of, except maybe replay reviews if they're somehow able to catch up and watch some of these streams. But I know a lot of teams don't really do that. That's very tedious to do, and especially at this point in the tournament, you almost always will save that for your last game of the season to get it off with a win. But here comes a shot from Zay. He's going to be saved by Castellica, and this Tier 4 match only a 1-0 difference. Onyx, a team that is going to score here. Samu Zarder gets a goal. I was going to say they aren't a team to score a lot, but Samu Zarder now makes it 2-0 in favor of Onyx.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. Going back to what I was talking about in our first match we casted today, both goals that Onyx has been assisted. That's one of the things that I love looking for, is seeing how they work the ball into the corner, or maybe if they're just booming it downfield to try to get that infield pass. And here's another one from, how do you pronounce that? Zahi?
Zahi and Jorgen Schmorgen, who's probably known as their most mechanical player, gets that bump in front. Not known for the bumps is Onyx, but this one here benefits them. Zahi is going to put in the goal to now make it 3-0 in favor of Onyx. It's only game 1. And Street Meat down by a ton. Oh, that rhymed.
Street Meat is definitely going to have to try to pull it out from the back line here if they're wanting to try to take this first game from Onyx. Street Meat definitely not being the favored team in this matchup, being 5-2. And that could also just be because we have a lot of Onyx or Strikers of Chaos in your chat right now as well.
Yeah, and the big thing about it is that as a team like Street Meat, who have to pull off a pretty incredible upset against a team like Onyx, you need to get an early start. You need to shut down Onyx, but that has not been the case. Onyx running laps around them. They have 3 goals, but when it comes to the pressure stats really do show us Onyx has been in control of the series. And I don't even think it's been from their midfield. It might just be from the fact that they are able to get more. They're able to get shots, whereas it's tough. Whereas for street meets, it's a lot tougher for them.
Yeah, 100%. Like, one of the things that teams need to try to do is when the ball is on their half, getting that long clear out definitely helps a lot. But another thing that a lot of teams do as well is if you have someone that is super mechanical with having the ball on top of their car, all you really need to do is just try to dribble it around some of the players. And here we go with Zahi again, getting another goal to make this 4-0 with pretty much 1 minute left in the match. And I keep on going back to it, man. We have 4 goals on the side of Chaos right now, and all 4 of them have been assisted.
Making sure to utilize everyone, that's what Onyx is so good at. All 3 of these players are extremely talented, and they're all able to utilize each other, follow up to everything. Jorgen shot off the sidewall. Here's another one. Same Uzardo saved on the goal line by Iho. Zahi can't put it. Jorgen off the back wall. We know he can double tap. Going towards the net. It can't be put in by Sam Uzardo. Castellica with a save, and now at Flurry, definitely going to wake up this team of street meets. But this shot from Sam Uzardo goes in, and now another goal. Onyx, I think this one secures game 1. Going into game 2, what do you think Street Meet needs to change? Because right now, they're getting outplayed at every single point.
Right now, I think they're just playing a little bit too timid, man. Like, they're staying on the back half of their side the entire time. They're not really getting the ball any more than halfway. Every single time they tried to, just like Zahi did.
Danny.
They're all
sounds like a nickname for medication. Yo, bro, you got that Zanny?
But yeah, Strikers of Chaos just keeps on booming it back onto their side the second they try to get that to fall to halfway. No, that's something we're probably gonna refer to for the rest of the night now.
Someone's probably going to clip that one as well.
Oh, 100%.
Who knows? Strikers of Chaos Onyx takes game 1 as now Zach Lee's telling me to get a water break. I do have water with me, Zach. There you go. Here's some water.
Here we have Zany on the top of the leaderboard. To be expected.
We go to game 2 as yeah, good start there from the team. Zahi, the sub-in captain right now, in for End. As End is in the chat, so seems like I think End might just not be in his computer. Maybe there's something happening over there. But again, I'm gonna search it up. I'm gonna search up why, because I can definitely figure out why. He's on vacation. That's why. He's on vacation.
On vacation. Gotcha.
By the way, Zahi, where are you? You didn't tell me. You didn't ever tell me where you were on vacation. Where are you on vacation? Where are you on vacation? Zahi, let me know. You're in the chat. I know you are.
So they're somewhere.
Yeah, he's there somewhere.
Yeah.
That way.
Now, as we're getting ready to go into game number 2 here, looking at the leaderboard, we have, I believe that's 13 shots on the side of Onyx, as opposed to the 2 shots that Street Meet has had. Onyx is just putting on this pressure, man. They are playing so aggressive right now. I think as soon as that halfway point came into the match, they just started ramping it up a little bit. They were like, hey, we know we can play faster than these guys. We know that we can outpace them. Let's just keep on putting the pressure on them and just keep working around that defense to get as many goals as possible.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, what a great series. Some Onyx used Smackdown. It was effective. Good one there, chat. They come up with some pretty interesting statements, like I did with Zany. But we go to game 2, and they can join. I don't know why they haven't joined. Like, he needs to tell us to join every single game. We don't see Onyx, so I honestly have no clue what's happening over there. Onyx hasn't joined. Looks like we might have to do some sort of a reset.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, there they are.
They have 2 in.
They have 2. If they don't get their 3rd in, we're just going to do a restart.
There's their 3rd.
Oh, they're going to go anyways. They got their 3rd in time, so we're going to go on with game 2. Almost had to stop that one, but game 2 on the Aquadome. And I wonder, actually, never talked to you, Tony. Is Aquadome your favorite map? I know I've had a lot of people who say that it is their favorite map.
Aquadome is one of my favorite maps. It is not my favorite map out of all of them, though. I personally like the,
Oh, I like that goal.
Oh my goodness.
From Castellica, my goodness. Everybody getting involved there. as our camera's going to look down here. Eyeholes off the back wall and going in the demo out Samuzarder as well. Samuzarder was the only grounded player. Removing him meant that Castlike had an open shot.
Yeah, those demo plays, man, I'm telling you, we were talking about it in the 2v2 match today. Taking out anyone onto the other team, doesn't really matter who it is sometimes, can really cause that defense to kind of fluctuate and not really be as comfortable as they would be in a normal 3v3.
There's a shot from Eyeholes. Zay doesn't get the save! Eyeholes scores, and now Onyx down by 2, an inverse of what happened in game 1. It's Street Meat with the control.
Yeah, Street Meat is definitely trying to put out a statement here saying, hey, we can catch up to you. We can definitely get these challenges. They're starting to play a little bit faster as well now. You can see them going for a lot more of those 50-50s rather than they were last game.
And now the question is, for Onyx, they have to tell themselves that game 1 was not a fluke, but it may have been. They didn't look amazing in game 1. They did look like they were a bit slow, a bit more nervous to the ball, but they can definitely evolve, grow as a team in this game especially, because Street Meat are a team that they can beat, but and again, Onyx can also be beaten by Street Meat. Anything can happen here. Infield to Eyeholes is going to clear, and now Zehi to follow up into his corner. Samuzarder with the bump. Zehi letting go in front. Long time Oysters able to get that clear.
Yeah, you were talking about, oh my gosh. As I start to go into something else, we have Jorgen with a beautiful midfield shot here, getting right over Eyeholes. Eyeholes pushing up a little bit further than what he probably should have there.
Man, and aren't Eyeholes like eye sockets?
I'm pretty sure that's the same thing.
Eyeholes sounds like something super inappropriate. Oh my, Jorgen!
Oh my goodness!
Holy Jorgen! Out of nowhere from the midfield, and that is the mechanics of this man. Double tap right through the defense.
Jorgen sitting here doing it all by himself in this game here.
And I sincerely apologize for blowing everybody's ears out, but that just came out of nowhere. I know Jorgen had the capabilities. He's done it before on this stream. But in the playoffs, with all this pressure, he may have just been the reason now that Onyx are feeling that confidence once again. Jorgen with the midfield pass to Zehi, and Zehi finishes the one-on-one off.
And Jorgen with a beautiful pass into the center there for Zehi. Making that 3-2 with pretty much 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game.
And you can manipulate 50-50s. I know it sounds weird, but... Oh, that's just gonna... Alright then,
That's just gonna go in!
Jorgen's gonna get his hat trick in one of the most low-effort ways I've ever seen. It's right off a kickoff. I was talking about his 50-50s. I didn't talk about them that well, but that one's just going to bounce its way in somehow. Nobody on Street Meat was able to get up to that one. It must have just been a lapse of judgment. Because I was going to talk about his 50-50s. Jorgen, you can manipulate your 50-50s, and Jorgen's doing just that. Look at this on the kickoff. He's winning every single one by a dominant amount. And if you're good enough at your 50-50s, you can actually manipulate them. A lot of people say 50-50s are luck. They're not. If you play them correctly, you can win every single one of them. Or at the very least, manipulate them for a certain way. And now Samuzarder stopped playing, so questions there are now on Samuzarder, who stopped playing for a second. Maybe a controller disconnect, maybe an internet outage. The Indy Gaming League rules do say you have to wait until he comes back, but Jorgen's here anyways. We keep on going. Jorgen in front of the net, in for Zehi. Zehi off the back wall. Pass was just a little strong for him, and now that Samuzarder is back, Onyx back to their usual tricks. They're going to be playing that same kind of aggression. Here comes Zehi. Shot on net. It should be easily saved by Eyeholes.
Yeah, Street Meat was looking very dominant coming out at the beginning of this match, and as I say that, we have long time getting a goal to make it 3-4. Cutting that lead off just a little bit more. Maybe this goal is what they need in order to try to bounce back here. As I was going to say, Street Meat was looking very dominant at the beginning of this match here, but it looks like they've just slowed down. It looks like a lot of their comms have just been not really going the way that they want them to. Because it looks like they've just had a bunch of double commits, multiple people going up for stuff.
Oh, and another goal.
Jorgen dunking it on top of Street Meat here.
Does that make it 5 goals unanswered?
I
believe that might have makes it 5 goals unanswered.
Yeah.
With 5 goals straight. That is a lot of goals, and Street Meat have no answers. Onyx Their offense is super strong, and you're the one with the stats. Tell me about their offense.
Yeah, so I have the stats pulled up here. Strikers of Chaos is averaging
Oh, is they get a 6 goal?
That's a tab out.
They're scoring while we are talking. That's how their offense is.
Goodness. Yeah, Strikers averaging about 3.3 goals per game. That is a lot of games, or a lot of goals in a game.
A lot of games too, but they're looking to make this one as quick as possible. It is a best of 5, so a win here is going to put Street Meat on the back foot, and another goal from Zehi. That's his hat-trick. And now that's 2 hat-tricks in this game. I believe Zehi and Jorgen both have 3 goals each. This is looking scarier and scarier for Street Meat. This is going to be a tough one to come back from.
Yeah, Jorgen is actually at 4 goals right now, with Zehi at 3. But yeah, going back to the stats here, Zehi averages almost 2 goals a game. He's at 1.95 goals per game, averaging about 8.8 saves per game as well.
Jeez, that's so many goals. But this is still an anomaly even for a team like Onyx. Scoring 7 goals in a game, you don't see that often, especially in the playoffs. Playoffs generally are more low scoring. But this is a weird game, and Onyx perfectly fine with it being weird because now they're just getting offense and they're just going to see how many goals they can add on, stack on top. But the biggest importance, though, for them is not letting Street Meat come back, because coming back from this amount will definitely put Onyx to sleep.
Yeah, if they let Street Meat come back from this, that's going to be a big mental block for them. Yeah, it's going to definitely have a lot of effect on their mental.
Yeah, but already we started talking about this 2 minutes ago. Already half of that time's out, and no goals still for Street Meat. 7 unanswered from Onyx, and does Street Meat have any answer for this? They have to stop Onyx before they get into Game 3. If Onyx is running in with this kind of confidence, who knows what happens as Jorgen with the save on the goal line. Now going to get the pinch out. But Longtime Oyster's there. Shot to the back wall. Zehi will read it. And this series now becoming a bit of a bloodbath as Onyx is getting their way with everyone on the team of Street Meat.
Yeah, and during this match as well, it just looks like Striker of Chaos is just more mechanical than Street Meat is. Because you see a lot of these balls going up into the air that Strikers of Chaos has just been able to answer from Street Meat, and then also retaliating and going for that counterattack up in the air, because they know for a fact that Street Meat is not that comfortable in the air, it seems like.
Hey, Foon, you want to get casted by me? Do the exclamation point caster, I believe, is the command that you can use for that one. In fact, let me test if it works. $30? What do you mean for $30? Now, everybody's making fun of you for saying balls. Yeah, yes, it's a bunch of children here. Even Mayhem is a child. We're gonna go to Game 3 here, but what's happening? I'm gonna get you the command for caster, to cast me, or if not, you can always just ask me. My Discord is 40FC1975 on Discord. Make sure to, if you want me to book you and get your matches casted, make sure to ask through Discord. Always here for that. Anyways, let me find that command for you for casting, because I can find it for you. While it's happening, tell me, what do you think of this series so far? It's been one-sided to say the least.
Yeah, this series has definitely been one-sided on Onyx's side. As we saw in that last game, they had 9 goals, or 9 shots on goal for Strikers of Chaos Onyx here, and only I think it was maybe 4 for Street Meat. Street Meat definitely coming out with a couple more saves in that match than they did the first game that we had tonight, but Strikers of Chaos just coming out with so much heat and just coming and getting those goals as many times as they need to.
Yeah, and I got the command up for you, Typhoon. Make sure to. You can always send me a direct message on Discord, or you can book me if you want, or you can book me immediately on the Beyond Rank site. Now, since you're on Knights of Chaos, you probably should ask me, because all bookings from partnered organizations like the Knights of Chaos are free as long as you ask. Anyways, let's get a game 3. There we go. Okay, let's get themselves in, and to start off game 3, let's talk about it. 2-0. What does Street Meat have to do?
Street Meat definitely has to try to come out just with a lot of energy right here in the first half, because in order to get those goals against Strikers of Chaos, you have to try to play faster than them and try to get more of those mechanics under your belt in order to try to secure these goals. And you have to break down that defense of Strikers of Chaos. Their defense is like just a brick wall right now. There is almost nothing getting past them. You have to be able to get those passing plays in, and you have to be able to break down that defense in order to do much against them.
Yeah, but it's Onyx that are currently trying to break down the defense here. So many touches that a player cannot reach for Street Meat, but now they get the downfield. Shot from Castellica is going to find the back of the net, and Onyx was a little bit slow to get to that one. Castellica takes advantage.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. Those passes that you need to get upfield, you have to get it past that halfway line in order to have any sort of shot at getting it into their net.
And now we go again. Jorgen up. Infield for Zehi. Jorgen is a very scary player, because when he's playing extremely well, his mechanics are shine through. Here comes a shot from him, saved by a long-time Oyster. Eyeholes can't catch up, and it's going to stick in the back reel. Zehi. Back for Samuzardo. He was 50'd out. Eyeholes. Now Castellica stomps on by Eyeholes, and that's going to take away all his momentum. He has no boost. Has to leave it for his teammate.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting some more stats pulled up here. Yeah,
all the tabs. All the tabs coming up here. We got our analyst. He's literally going into full analyst mode here. Zehi to the sidewall. And now, who's going to follow up from Onyx? It's going to be Zehi. He will pick up that side boost as well. Full 100 now, can dribble with it. Past Eyeholes, takes that corner boost as well. Street Meat being starved, but they can get the clear away. Castellica using his boost at the perfect opportunity. Jorgen waits on it. Doesn't trust his own clearing ability from that corner. Gonna rely on his teammates to do it for him. Zehi. Samuzardo doesn't get the touch. Jorgen. Awkward play. Here's to the sidewall. And he's taking possession. He's not clearing it away entirely. And that's a good play from Onyx as well. Keep the ball as close as possible. You don't want to give Street Meat any free opportunities in your own half.
Yeah, you definitely cannot count them out 100%, because rather or not, if they're playing too well right now, they are still 5-2. That is still 5 games that they've won in this playoffs, or not in just playoffs, but in IGL this circuit. It's definitely not a team that you want to count out 100%, because they're already 1 goal up as well. You cannot give them a lot of freebies, just like they did here with Eyeholes, getting that long clear into the net off Jorgen.
Yeah, and can't count him out. Onyx was so dominant in the first 2 games, but this might be the game where the Street Meat comes back. We've seen this happen a lot on stream. Sweeps very rare in the playoffs this season. Another kind of weird anomaly. We don't see a lot of. We haven't seen as many sweeps in this season, and that's relatively true for most IGL seasons to not see so many sweeps. But this season especially, so many series have gone 3-1, where a team that dominates games 1 and 2 loses out in game 3 and then comes back in game 4. But this could also be the chance for the Street Meat team to make a reverse sweep. Game 3 is where they start. We're gonna have to continue this in game 4. But first of all, they can't let Onyx back. Onyx with 0 goals so far, but once they get that scoring started, they can really make work. As here comes the Samuzardo goal. But look at this pass from Jorgen. Can you believe this is tier 5?
I cannot believe that this is tier 4.
You're right, tier 4, not tier 5. I just called them tier 5. Jorgen's tier 4. I'm thinking of their other teams. Like I'm thinking of Scarlet. They're tier 5, and they've already made the semifinals. Onyx trying to make that same place as well. Remember,
Yeah, Jorgen.
they're undefeated, just like Emerald, and Emerald wasn't able to make it. Onyx trying to do it themselves here.
Yeah, Jorgen, definitely one of those players that you want to keep an eye on, because he can whip out mechanics out of nowhere, it seems like, with air dribble plays, with double touches, and all this. And he might get another one right here as he gets past 2 defenders, but can't find the third to get it into the back of the net.
I love that call. It was very obvious you were losing your ref. Can't find the third. As we're gonna clear this one out for Zehi. Zehi towards the net. Look at longtime Oyster. He is literally goaltending right now. He's so nervous of the Onyx team here, and I can't blame you with how scary his shooting has been from Zehi and Jorgen. With Samuzarder getting a goal this game, you can't count them out ever. As Klastalika clears, Samuzarder onto the back wall. Zehi can run up on this one, but so is Eyeholes. Zehi beats one. Shot on the net! Off the post, it's in front of the net. Jorgen up to himself. He won't be able to turn this solo play in, but he'll instead pass it to Zehi. Out again, Samuzarder can shoot, but no! Bunked away by Klastalika in that 50-50.
Yeah, as we see, this has just been Strikers of Chaos trying to grind this back to even this scoreline out. We have about 35 seconds left in this match. And it looks like if Street Meat can get one more, I think that might be the comfort goal that they need in order to try to keep themselves in this series.
Onyx is going to throw everything they can at this. They're a team that's known to put in lots of shots. But now they need to score one of those in their next flurry. Jorgen out to Zehi. Zehi can control. He can get past Eyeholes. Does do so. He's running supersonic. Looking in field. Eyeholes is there. Samuzarder's jumping. Can't beat out Oyster. Jorgen to pass in field. This one's going to turn into a shot. Pinched in. Samuzarder. Anybody can challenge. It's going to be Klastalika the clear. And Street Meats, by a 1-goal margin, are able to take it at the very end.
Yeah. That was such a great game from Street Meat. That's what they need to be doing against this Strikers of Chaos team. They got to find those early goals in order to try to just keep them out of the game for pretty much the rest of the game if they can get it early.
Map 4, Utopia Coliseum. And if Street Meat wins this, they force a game 5. Onyx need to keep their composure. A lot of times when people do try to go for sweeps, that third game is usually the toughest because the other team can figure you out. Now Onyx needs to make those changes. They need to make them fast. It was really just their shooting. Their shooting let them down. When you have 10 shots, you really should be scoring more. And when you have 3 shots against you, you really shouldn't be letting in more than 2. But their shooting was not strong in this game. 1 for 10 is just not going to cut it against any team, especially this far in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think what Street Meat started to do is they started trying to find those like really long clears. I think that's what actually ended up giving them this win, is just trying to clear it out of their own half.
As Tony forgot to ready up there, as everybody else was, but
oh, my bad.
you do. It's okay, man. The teams don't mind. And we're gonna get into game 4 here. Onyx. And can they make those changes? Their big problem is going to be longtime Oyster. He has been literally in the orange net. Now that playstyle doesn't usually work that well, but with Onyx's shooting, a lot of it coming from the midfield, if you're able to stop those long shots, you can stop those short shots as well. But you need to be a bit careful because that player can get removed from the field if Onyx goes for that option. As Zehi's shot will not have anyone defend that one. Onyx 9 seconds in, and Zehi already putting them on top.
Yeah, you can see right at the beginning of that game, Oyster was just already in the net, ready for them. But looks like he jumped up a little bit early and wasn't able to save that one because he was out of net a little bit more than what he wanted to be.
This kickoff resets the play, but Onyx back on offense again. It's infield. Samuzarder and Zorgen go for the same thing, but it's Samuzarder who calls out last. Can't flick it infield, and that will make the Onyx players have to wait a little bit. Jorgen's challenge. Zehi will get up to this one. Towards the net. Klastalika the clear. Samuzarder and Jorgen are so close they can't react to that one in time, and Onyx now has to resign to defense.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to send all of your players up unless you know 100% that you're going to be able to get a goal out of it. Because what that can do is that can potentially get a goal scored on you if they're able to clear onto your side and have someone go up for that shot fast enough.
Zehi with low boost there on Eyeholes, using every little bit to get up to that challenge and keep it right up against that orange wall. Jorgen looking in field for Samuzarder. Eyeholes with a light touch to get rid of the pressure, and Klastalika to clear. Klastalika now removed out of the field. And Onyx, a demo on defense. Don't see it often, but they are surprisingly useful to get rid of that pressure.
Yeah, 100%. That's one thing that you always want to look out for is people chasing those demos, because what that can do is that if you get a demo on that second person, it can open up that midfield so much. And if you were on the attack, that benefits you so much, because then you don't have a second person to have to worry about. All you have to worry about is that 1v1 in the backfield of the opponent's side.
Yes, this one's up. Samuzarder, we want to clear it in, but instead allowing Zehi to go. Zehi has an easier aerial. His touch, very high and wide. Gonna have to drop down for Samuzarder. Jorgen having to chase back. Onyx, that third man. A lot of these challenges from their third man has not been very welcoming for Street Meat, and in fact, Street Meat are able to capture that ball pretty quickly because that third man usually sits back a little bit further than the other two, and that makes sense. But that means that their challenge is going to be a little bit more difficult as when the other two are pushed up. So Onyx might want to play that third man up a little bit higher. And here comes their third man, Jorgen, in this situation. One touch towards the net. Longtime Oyster can't read it. Eyeholes does. And Zehi now back on an odd man rush. Onyx plays their defense well. Zehi gets rid of that pressure immediately. It was almost like it was never there.
No, one thing I was thinking. So, Street Meat's name, did they just get it from like a hot dog vendor? Is that what they're referring to that? Because I noticed like their main profile picture is a guy in a hot dog
suit. It might be a hot dog vendor, although I have never seen any hot dog vendors wear that. It's a bit too hot inside those kind of costumes. But
oh,
100%. maybe we call them maybe if they can get Game 4 and Game 5, we call them the wieners instead. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. Man, I'm on a roll today with these jokes.
100%.
What was it in Game 1? It was. What was the joke? It was in Game 1. It was.
Zany.
Zany.
Was that Zany?
Yeah. The Zany medication, and now we got.
medication.
Now we got. Actually, I was referring to it as a drug, not a medication. But you heard it's like a medication. What a save from Zamuzarder. We're just talking about the jokes that we've made so far, and we got Zany, we got hot dogs, we got some impressive saves, but we still have Rocket League. A minute 90 remaining. So a minute 30 remaining, and Onyx. Only up by 1 goal. We've only had 1 goal scored this Game 4. It's been very slow. Onyx, they haven't really fixed their offensive woes since Game 3, but their defense definitely stepped up. They've been keeping this ball out of their defense a lot more than they did in Game 3.
Yeah, if Street Meat is looking to try to pull the series back, they have to get a goal here within the next minute, because this Striker is okay. Yeah, if they don't, they're just completely out. And then we have Striker going on to semifinals. But Street Meat has to get one of those long clears that they found in the last game in order to try to push this onto Striker of Chaos' side.
Oh, it's a triple whiff! Zehi in! Castlelaika there! Everybody on Street Meat expected that first shot to go through, but when there was no touch, they had to recover. It's back. Eyeholes waiting for that boost. He had to wait probably the whole 10 seconds for that one. Going up to the ceiling. Can get past Jorgen to the back wall. Samuzarder clear. Every single defensive play from Onyx can save their team. We're in the final seconds, and as you count them down in the chat, we're gonna count them. The fans are gonna count them down here. Onyx holding out for the final seconds. Zehi in front of the nets. Eyeholes needs to clear. Does. Who's gonna follow it up? Eyeholes needs to keep it up from here on out, but it's gonna stay down. No, it doesn't. It's still up. Final seconds. Jorgen to the back wall, bouncing down. It's going to go to the corner. Rolls around. It's finally going to touch the ground. Strikers of Chaos Onyx. A 3-1 win. There will be no sweep, but there will be victory.
What a game from Strikers of Chaos. Some people might have been counting them out in that Game 4 when Street Meat took it, but you can never count out the power of this amazing roster that they have.
That will end the series, but we do have an interview with Onyx coming up, so any of you Strikers of Chaos, Knights of Chaos fans, make sure to stick in. We're going to go to a quick 1-minute ad break for right now, and we'll be right back very soon. Give us a little bit of time, and we're going to be there. Welcome back, everybody. We still need to run that ad break. I forgot to do that, but hopefully everybody's doing well. We did send out the invites to the teams, and you know what? Let's talk. We could talk about that series. In fact, actually, we're not even. We'll do an ad break right now. Any of you who are subbed, which I know a couple of you are, you're gonna be able to hear this. What a series indeed. Again, Onyx, they were dominant in games 1 and 2, Tony, weren't they?
Up like at some points 10 plus shots on net per
Yeah,
game.
I muted you for the first part of that sentence. Please say it again.
Yeah, no. I was just saying that Strikers of Chaos just came out of the gate like shooting the ball at the net the entire time, like racking up 10 plus shots on net per game. It was crazy.
Yeah, of course. And coming into game 3, though, there was a little bit of resistance against them from a street meet. I mean, for Onyx, I feel definitely proving that they are in fact human. But they were able to get that win in game 4, weren't they? And game 3, yeah, and that's how a lot of these players, these best teams have to work. They have to work with what they got. Sometimes they'll lose, and they have to be able to recover from that. Onyx did that very well.
Yeah, no. Rocket League is all about mental. Like you cannot let previous games ruin your mental state because the second that your mental starts going down the drain is when you are going to start playing not to the best of your ability. You're going to not start playing well, and then you're just going to end up having more shots thrown at you, more shots going against you, and everything else. And it's just all a mental game.
Yes, we are getting the players hopefully joining soon. Again, we are going to hopefully get Onyx into the chat. We do have some time, and we might as well take that time to tell you about what's coming up next. We have 2 more matches after this one. We are Watch versus NBD, and then SNRF versus Templars GC. What's fun is this next match has another undefeated team, but we'll get to that one later. Right now, we're going to focus on Onyx and the win that they got. Now going into the semifinals, it's best of 5s from here on out for them.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be able to go up against Strikers of Chaos Onyx this coming week in that best of 7.
Yeah, but that result might scare you a little bit, my friend. They look like a really hot team. Whenever they're playing well, they look unbeatable, unbeatable to any other team in this division. And they are undefeated for a reason. But and that's going to be a tough team to go against in the semifinals. And I know they are definitely feeling that confidence now with that win, proving that they can come back even from a little bit of a aggression, a little bit of a punch back. They have that ability they have that ability to fight back, guys. Here they come. Hello there. That's Seihi and Sam Wizarder. Hello there. Well, congratulations on your win.
Thank you, man. It was definitely a good game. Towards the end, we started to get a little nervous, but as expected, we took the series.
Yeah, that was definitely a super fun game to watch. It was just you guys came out of the gate in game 1 just throwing so many shots at street meets net. What is one of the things that you guys kind of like think about going into a game, like especially street meet, knowing that they're not undefeated, knowing that they're only 5-2? What's some of the things that you guys are like thinking about going into some of these playoff matches?
When we go into our matches, we definitely don't like to underestimate our opponent. So we treat them as any other team. We treat them as if they were the number 1 seed. Obviously, we are filling that spot, if I do say so myself. But yeah, we treat every team as if they are a threat. So we give them our best and we don't let up. We're all about gas and no brakes.
Yeah, and again for Onyx, it's for Onyx now. To say the least, Knights of Chaos have had a pretty terrible season in the playoffs. It's having 7 teams in, only having 2 left to make it to the semifinals. Not bad, but not amazing either. Well, how do you feel being one of the last teams left?
It feels great.
Feels great. And for you, Samu Zarder, I mean, knowing that you're now here at these best of sevens, you think there's knowing that the opponents are only going to get tougher. You think there's anything that's going to change, or just going to keep running the same playstyle, knowing that it has worked for this long and it might continue to work? Is there anything that your team might change on, before you get into the best of sevens? Any sort of like practice or momentum that you're going to work on getting yourself? Because these best of sevens are very different. It's almost guaranteed that the team that you're playing against is going to react and change to your playstyle.
Sam, you're muted, but
Yeah. No, well, in these kind of games, I get so nervous. Right, you could see in the stream, I was AFK sometimes, but it is very interesting because the opponent is always changing their strategy, and you have to keep going. And obviously, the communication is so important in your team to get the win.
Yeah, as we start getting into these best of sevens, it's definitely going to be longer. It's definitely going to feel a little bit longer considering you have at least 2 more games to play. It honestly can go against either team because you guys are actually going to be going up against my team this coming up week, and I am super excited for that match. So I'm gonna try to not ask as many how are you going to prepare questions and stuff like that. But what is one thing that you guys think about, and one thing that you guys do to try to keep your mental strong? Because you guys took the first 2 games, but then it kind of slipped away in that game 3 against Street Meet. You guys ended up going 2-1. What is one thing that you guys kind of do to like get your mental back and try to keep pushing forward to try to get those wins throughout the rest of the series?
what I do is I've been actually working, towards getting a better mental. I don't let backsets really upset me. I just kind of take the information in and go into the next game with the mindset of, okay, we know what we did wrong. Let's actually get it.
Yeah.
I don't let the small stuff really make me sweat.
Yeah.
In many cases, like it's a way to get better. Or lose or win, it's a way to get better, and always a match is an opportunity to get it.
Yeah, of course. And now knowing that, yeah, obviously you guys do know that Tony is the captain of Hex Gaming that you're going to play against next week. Which of you guys is better? Which of you guys is better at roasting someone? Is it you or Samu?
Yeah.
Zahi, tell me which one is better at roasting.
I am definitely the shit
Okay, then.
talker. Everybody knows me and shit.
Okay, here we go. Here's a fun one. I know you guys would love to do it. Here you go. Let's have a little fun here. Zahi, is there anything you want to say to Tony and Hex Gaming while you're on stream?
Right, I might as well start out with the big guns. I'm gonna thank your team next week. The only reason why I'm saying is, without you guys, we could still not go undefeated.
Okay.
So I mean, big help from you guys. Helping us keep our streak going.
Okay. Man, I wish Yugi was here now. He's our big smack talker on our team. Anything else from you guys that you want to? Because I'm also streaming this as well. So we have people from my team up in my chat as well. Is there anything that you want to say to any of the participating members of my team, or anything else that you'd like to say to the people of Hex Gaming in general?
I'm just going to say this once against you guys. We are like on the top tier. You guys are kind of down there. You know what I'm saying? You're like the little people we look down on. So come on.
It's fun.
Man.
I feel like, you know what, Tony, we're gonna give you some time. Is there anything you want to say to anything you want to say to Zahi and Samu? Samu's order right now. Is there anything you want to say to them? Because I think Hex Gaming, they've been being a little too much for your liking. Is there anything that you want to do to kind of clap back at them?
Yeah, no. I mean, we took an L from you guys last time. It was a 3-0 sweep. You guys took it. You guys are definitely good. But I mean, I saved every single replay. I've been analyzing how you guys play, especially during this game as well. I think we've got some stuff cooking up in the kitchen over at Tony's Pizzeria that we're gonna bring to the table, and take that 3-0 sweep back in our favor.
Ooh, I love this. You guys definitely need to get me.
Show that up and spit it out. Like, come on.
I want to see this. Next time we have a match, I'm definitely gonna do this. And you know what? I'm gonna start off with the roast fest between Zehi and Yugi, because that would be a lot of fun. Honestly. Just to start off with a roast fest on the very start of the stream. Obviously, a clean roast fest. We don't say anything. We don't say anything inappropriate on the stream. But yeah. I'd love it if we have a match. You let me know what time your match is next week, and if I can get it. I'm gonna make sure we get in a roast fest there at the right before the series, because I'm sure your chats would love that. So let's get that going next week. But while it's happening, we do have to say congratulations on your win, Strikers of Chaos. Onyx, you have the pleasure of playing against my man Tony. I almost said beating. No, yeah, it's not confirmed yet. And no, I'm not biased.
I mean, even Sporty knows it.
No, that was just a slip of my mouth. I meant to say beating Street Meat, but I almost said Hex Gaming, which is your next opponent. See, there's too many teams here for me to pay attention to. My brain's fuzzled. Before we go on, we're going to have a short shout-out section. Samu Zardo, you're going to start. Is there anyone you want to shout-out? This is not a roast section, by the way. You don't get the roast, my man Tony. But who do you want to shout-out? Anybody in the chat? Anybody who supported you along the way?
Special shout-outs to...
Samu Zardo's not here. We'll start with you, Zehi.
Oh, I'm here, but the thing is that I can't understand so great because I'm from another country, so my bad there.
Of course. Well, do you have anyone that you want to shout out in the chat right now, Samuel Zarder?
No.
No, okay, then we're gonna go to Zehi now. Zehi, do you have anyone that you'd want to shout out in the chat? Anyone who's supported you the whole way?
I'm going to shout out, the Strikers of Chaos team, I mean, I guess the whole org, especially the ones that came here to support us today. Without them, I can feel their energy going through me as, I'm King Clips playing. Shout out to my guy Jorgen and my guy Sam. Without you guys, I couldn't do it. And yeah, I guess that's about it.
Well, again, a great win tonight. You guys go off and celebrate it with the rest of your fans. As my man Tony and I are gonna stick in here for our next match coming up in just a few minutes. Congratulations on your win. Have an amazing evening. And man, remember, get me to get your match next week. I will tell you guys, it will have to be between Tuesday and Tuesday. I will have to be on either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So if you can get it there, I can do it.
For sure.
For sure, we'll try to make that happen.
Of course. Have an amazing evening there, Strikes of Chaos Onyx. Congratulations on your win once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
All right, then. Well, first of all, water break from Matt and Killer Eagle. Okay. There you go. There's the water break. Coming through. My man Tony. Now that your spirit's been broken a little bit from Strikes of Chaos Onyx, we're gonna go to our next series coming up here in just a few minutes. But what's happening? How are you feeling tonight? This is only the second time you've done a casted match with me, and they've both been today. So, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling how confident are you feeling, man? You must be feeling amazing.
I'm feeling great. I'm super excited to go up against Strikers of Chaos. No matter what happens, I have mad respect for that org. I have mad respect for Strikers of Chaos. Onyx specifically, they're such a great team. Played very well tonight against Street Meat, and yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to prove that you're gonna have to play it like you did last time, because Onyx is a tough team. They are no joke. They really are that tough of a team.
Oh yeah, 100%. After watching them play tonight, it has kind of solidified their play style in my head. I kind of know like what they're going for, and it's a tough play style. But coming out of the gate super fast, getting those early goals, that's just what they do, and they're really good at it.
All right, there you go. There goes that. I think that silence break. Sorry, Mayhem silenced me, and he also told me to get some water. So right now they're trying to kill me. Sorry, it's Flipper who silenced me, not Mayhem. Mayhem got me a water break. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a jug of water, and I'll get it right now. Okay, guys, you guys are asking for it. I'm gonna chug some water. But after this, I'm gonna do no more water breaks unless it's somebody who's not on the Knights of Chaos organization. So 1 second, I'm gonna go get some water. I'm also gonna mute myself. We'll be right back in just a moment before we start getting ready for our next match. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you so much for the copy pasta. We got water. We also
Yeah, we've had quite a few undefeated teams that we have casted here recently. We Are Washed was one of them. We also had Strikers of Chaos, which was undefeated. We had Football Cars earlier today that was undefeated. I think all 3 games that we have casted so far have been a team that has been undefeated here so far.
I muted myself. Okay, guys, I got the info out to the teams. I also have the water right next to me. So we'll get that. We'll do that as soon before the match starts. While it's happening again, We Are Washed NBD. A really important match for these teams as we get into our next quarterfinal match on the stream. That is the second match of the day. the one we just saw with Onyx beating out Street Meat with a 3-1 win. Now we go here, another undefeated team, and we are washed playing NBD. We saw NBD win against biggest one not that long ago, but and what we are washed are totally different opponents.
Yeah, 100%. If we go and we actually look at the playoff bracket so far, we have NBD beating out biggest one 3-2, and then we also have We Are Washed just made it to round 2 because of their stats so far, because they are 6-0, so they didn't even have to play a round 1 match.
That is the wrong bracket, by the way. Oh my goodness, that is definitely the wrong bracket. There's the right bracket. There we go. There's the right bracket up now. Wrong one there. I had one for the 4th match of the night, I think, actually. But,
okay.
Up.
I thought
accidentally there.
I thought you were telling me the bracket mine was.
No, your bracket's right. We had NBI. We saw NBD beat out biggest one 3-2, and We Were Washed got the number 1 seed because of just how well they played against common opponents. We Were Washed also played biggest one. They 3-1 them. They also played letdowns. They 3-0 letdowns. NBD had a 3-1 win. They also played Rosetta. This is a big one though because playing against Rosetta, NBD went 3-1. We Are Washed went 3-0. Another team that they played against, Eternal Empire. We Are Washed 3-0'd them. We saw that on stream. NBD lost 3-1. So a lot of similar opponents, but every single time We Are Washed is proving that they have the better results.
100%. And as we get into talking about results and stuff here, We Are Washed has 4.3 average goals per game. I think that is the biggest amount of, or the most amount of goals per game that we have seen out of the games that we have casted so far today. We have Deludo 24, I believe his name is. Deludo averaging 2.2 goals per game, and we have Magu averaging 2.1 goals per game. We haven't seen anything out of Turtle, so we might see him here tonight. We might not. It might just be the captain and Magu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I see Magoo, yeah. That's what I.
And on the other side with NBD, we have Deep Fry averaging about 1 goal per game, and then we have Ultimate averaging almost 2 goals per game at 1.8. Their saves, though, they're averaging 2.6 saves per game. So maybe that'll help them going up against We Are Washed tonight.
Yeah, and here comes a big grade coming in from Sam Waffle. The Sam Waffle fans at Golden Hour Esports now jumping in to see this match. We're about to watch We Are Washed play NBD right now. You guys are here, and hello, Glitched Error. Hello there, how you doing? Spotty Twerk. No, I won't, Kersey. I will not do that. I've done that before. I'm not gonna. You guys can go and find it. It's somewhere on my YouTube, but I'm not doing that again. It's a long story. People told me to twerk for money. I'm not dancing for money anymore. You guys can have fun with that. I'm not doing that anymore. Oh, and Glitched Error. Yeah, it's a weird. Look, it was back when I was smaller, okay? Yes, I know. It was back when I was smaller and more desperate. We Glitched Error. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Spottiest stream. How you doing? That was when you did that. I did that. Yes, you did, Nedjarl. Not doing it again though. Not here on the stream. And Roman J Bounce, welcome to the Spottiest stream. So many follows coming in from the Sam Waffles side. Now here comes another follow coming in. Because so many people are following. It seems like everybody might be in. We're gonna get ourselves into the game, the in-game here. So many follows, my goodness. Let's see, Roman J Bounce, Shimukara, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Our series is about to start. I'm here with my man Tony. Tony, say hello to everybody and say something cool. I don't know.
Hello. Spaghetti. There you go.
Alright then, man. You really couldn't think of anything, could you? But yeah, we are watching this. A lot of goals are going to be scored. Everybody playing is averaging over a goal per game, and Magoo and Deludo averaging, as a team, are averaging 2.1 assists per game. That is scary, to say the least. For any team, because that means anybody can play, anybody can do anything they need to do.
Yeah, 100%. Look, once again, going back to the stats. We have Magoo actually averaging about 1 or so assists per game, which isn't bad at all because, like we were talking about in twos earlier today, you've got to be able to get that ball into the center or working it around the corners. Either working it around the corners, getting it center, or like I was going to say, but then messed up on my sentence, getting it from your half and getting that big clear to get it to your first man up in the front to possibly get a pretty insane redirect or something.
Okay, it does seem like we are having some some internet issues. You did see some players leaving and stuff. As I also forgot, this match is actually meant to start at 10:15, so we actually started super early.
Oh, okay.
I accidentally said it was at 10. It's definitely starting at 10:15, because that's when they booked me. So my bad on that one there, guys. But again, we'll wait for them to get on. For that 10:15, that's still fine. That leaves us 45 minutes to do whatever you want. And for you guys here, I got a very important question for you because so many people are asking. Yeah, a very important question for you, Tony.
Yeah.
Name a dance move, because you know what, they really want me to do it.
Name a dance move.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, but like I've actually danced professionally in competition and whatnot
Okay,
for like
well,
10
name one
years
that
now.
name the one that's easy for someone like me who's not very good at dancing. Who's not very technical.
Do the whip and nay nay.
Oh, God, I can do that. I'm terrible at it because I'm white, but I can do it. Yeah, I'm gonna take my headset off so it doesn't fall. So what, Tony? Don't say anything dumb. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna have my stream pulled up my phone so that I can hear what you're saying.
Well, you
that
don't
might
trust
be-
me?
No, not really. So, Tony, you can say whatever you want, man. I have my stream pulled up and I can hear you.
Potatoes are good for the soul. Is my quote of the day.
There you go. Now it's done. There you go. There you go. There you guys go. There's a little bit of dancing for you because you guys always ask for it. At least you guys asked politely. So there you go. It's there you go. It's a
Nice.
whip and nay nay.
Someone should
happy, Ned Yarrow?
Someone should definitely not go back and clip that. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
We have a couple of clippable moments during this stream, don't we?
100%. Talking about
Nope, don't even mention it. I want them to go back and find it themselves. Actually, find them because there's two of them. But what was it? Game 1 and Game 4.
I think it was game 1 and game 4.
Yeah. We're not even gonna talk about them. How's it going, dropping woes? Well, I just had to dance for chat, so I don't know. I don't know if that's your definition of a winning day or a losing day. It just depends who you ask. In all honesty. But I mean, for me, today's going well. My man Tony's here, and he's been having a great day. He's been jumping on stream a couple times to just get involved with the commentary, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, I love it 100%. I love being here. I love helping cast again. I think this is the 3rd match that we've done today.
Yes, this is the 3rd of the 4 planned matches.
So yeah, I've absolutely loved it. I've loved talking to some of the players and just getting their thoughts on everything, on how their teams have played and whatnot.
Yep. I'm just gonna wait for everybody. Sporty, will you play in Fall Circuit? Depends if I get a team. I am currently looking for tryouts and such, but it depends if I get a team. If I get a team, I might be able to do it. But yeah, it depends if I get it. I know there's a couple teams I am doing tryouts for, and I'm not gonna say what those teams are. Just like obviously I can't tell you guys. But I should be in Strikers of Chaos, Knights of Chaos. First of all, second of all, I could be, I could not be. Who knows? I am trying out for multiple teams. I can't tell you anything else other than that. Even Tony doesn't know what teams I'm trying out for, so, you know, there's that. So, it just depends what teams are offering tryouts, in all honesty. That's how it's working here, Tusty. I honestly, I may not even join a team for fall. Who knows? That's a possibility, an honest possibility. And for you guys to know, if you guys do want to pay attention to me talking about tryouts and stuff, giving you more information and updates, one, ask me to do more updates in Discord or you could ask me here, but more likely Discord's going to be your best place. Just DM me, say, do more tryout updates, and then explain why I should do more tryout updates and what these updates should look like. Like, I could do, like, if someone were to, like, do, like, a fake shift report on me, that would be really funny. I could totally post that and then credit you guys with making it. What's up? Hello, Eternal Kill. Hello, Killstar. How you doing? I heard your team got a 3-0 win. Is that right, Killstar? I mean, if not, actually, you know what? Also, to add on to that, the fake shift report, I might actually do a fake shift report. Tony, what do you think of doing like a fake shift? What do you think about me doing like a fake shift report on the teams I'm trying out for?
I think that'd be kind of funny.
Really? You think I should do it?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know if the orgs are gonna like it. But I would love it.
Well,
I don't know if the orgs I'm on would like it. I don't know if they would really like it though.
well, I would probably ask them
Yeah,
before,
might.
and then
yeah.
go based off what they say.
Yep, makes sense. I'm definitely going to. I might ask. Who knows? I might also just not do it. If you guys want to do it though, feel free to have a little fun with that. I'm perfectly fine for. I'm perfectly fine with if one of you wants to do like a fake report on me, no problem with that. I have no problem if you guys have a little fun. But if you guys can figure out if you guys can figure out some of the orgs I'm doing tryouts for, that'll be fine. I can give you guys a little bit of info though on who I am doing tryouts for. Currently, I have 5 of them teams, maybe 6 coming up soon that I am looking at for tryouts. But so far, there hasn't been much else I can add. But I do have 5 or 6 different teams that I'm looking at for tryouts. That's the only info I'm going to give you guys.
What tier are you again?
Tier 2.
Tier 2. That's
Looking for tier 2 teams. And I'm looking for 3s and 2s, by the way. So think about it that way as well. Well, I mean, 2s and 3s are very fun to play, and also playing one ideal match a week is kind of boring. I always like to do more than that. But I'm mostly just looking for like teams that can stick around long term, maybe even play in tournaments with like small tournaments that maybe don't have that much money in them. Just depends if I'm doing commentary for them or not. But that's basically it for you guys. That's kind of what I'm doing for right now. I'm just kind of I'm looking for tryouts. You'll get you'll get more info on the tryouts. Definitely during the off season, you're gonna get more info on the tryouts. I might start leaking some of the teams that I'm trying out with. Probably not though, but you might be able to get more info out of me during the off season. I definitely might say more about that during the off season. But again, you guys, I can't say too much.
What could be kind of fun as well is if you like made it almost like a game and put hints out to what teams you're trying out for, and then once you get onto a team, maybe put some hints and like stuff on Twitter or whatnot, and see if people can guess what team that you're trying out for and got on potentially.
Yeah, you guys won 3-1. I Killstar. I know you guys won because Ice Demon told me. I thought he said it was 3-0. Is he lying? Is he trying to boost his ego here? No, but of course we got the series coming up soon for you guys. Again, we want to make sure that everybody can get in. Teams are currently talking about the 10:15 start time. Maybe. He might be. Who knows? I also want to say thank you guys so much for getting me to 100 followers on Twitter. I know that doesn't sound that big, but for me, I'm so new to this casting scene. It's great to have so many people following me. Make sure to give me more follows though at SportyFCRL. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we can hit 200 in the next year. That'll be fun. I'd love to do that. And it's actually not too unlikely for me to get to 200 to get to 200 by next year. There we go. Just mentioning the team captains again. We're still keeping in contact with the team captains. I forgot it started at 10:15, so my bad on that. But we are still here. We're still here for this one, and We'll take a look at the schedule for right now. After this, although that's at 7 p.m., it's actually 10:15. My bad on that. After this we have SNRF versus Templars GC. It's quickly. I'm actually going to delete the current prediction. We're gonna reset it just so that if people were not able to vote before, they can vote now. Yeah, that's pretty fair, right?
Sir.
Let's get them to vote. There you guys go. Vote for who you think will win. There's two options for you: We Are Washed or NBD. If you want to go on the safe side, We Are Washed is a pretty good team to predict that to win this one. They have not lost yet, but the only thing I'm worried about is they got a bye in the playoffs. That's kind of concerning, because a lot of teams we see that get byes aren't able to recover. They aren't able to they aren't able to acclimate to the surroundings very easily, and that could definitely hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, some teams that have bye matches are kind of like on the back foot almost because they don't have that first round 1 game to possibly win to then propel them forward into round 2 to boost their mental and whatnot to try to get that round 2 win as well to possibly make it to semifinals, then grand finals, and possibly take grand finals as well.
Of course, we are still making sure that everybody's talking through. We're gonna get to our head-to-head here once again. We Are Washed with their famous house with bubbles, I think that is on it. NBD, a small organization in the indie gaming league scene, and coming into this series, it's going to be. It could be a fun one. It could be a sweep for We Are Washed. It could be a sweep for NBD. The results could be endless here, but knowing about the different circumstances coming in on surface level, looks like a We Are Washed victory. But when you really look into it, that's not that cut and dry. We've seen so many upsets on this stream. Nobody can be counted out in the playoffs, and especially with We Are Washed, they're going to be starting off without really knowing that the pressure's on them. Could definitely hurt. Football Cards is who you work. Nice one, Tusty. Yeah, very funny, Tusty. Yes, Football Cards is a massive organization. Of course they are.
Yeah, 100%. Really quickly,
There's a
while
whole
we saw
7 people. We're having a little fun here. So wait, Football Cards is, how many is it? It's on a team. It's like, they have a 3 team. Was it 3 people? Maybe a 4th person. Like a coach, maybe? And a manager? My goodness. Maybe friends? Honestly, that would make more sense. Anyways, what were you saying? Tony?
Yeah, I was going to say, while we have some time here, we still have a few minutes before this match. Who do you think could possibly take this match? Who are you kind of looking at for player-wise, or who could possibly take this home for their team?
Well, I'm looking at Deludo is definitely the big one right now. Deludo 24 is the player I'm looking at. Not just because he averages the most goals out of any player here, not just because he averages a crazy number of assists per game, but because he's going to be playing tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern in a 1v1 against Radiance Lyra's Scarecrow. So that's going to be really fun to look at, and this could definitely help him out a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's averaging about a little bit less than 2.5 goals per game. He's averaging about almost 1 save a game and then almost 1 assist per game as well.
Yeah, it's a lot here. He's playing extremely well this season. Can he do it well? And 1v1 players can do really well in freeze. You get whenever you have that time, which you don't get a lot, but really it's all about the recoveries. The overall mechanics of a 1v1 player, super threatening, and it's super tough to play against.
100%. I agree.
Of course, we're still waiting for this match. We are getting updates from the teams. It looks like this match will actually be pushed back more so towards 10:30 instead of 10:15. It seems like we are having someone fall a little bit late, but they are trying to sort things out. It looks like we are going to get our series started hopefully very soon. Oh, what a sneeze! But yeah, we'll be But again, we're still here. It's still me and Tony. And Tony, how are you feeling tonight, man? It's great, right? We have a good amount of time here to wait for the next match to start.
Yeah, 100%. I've enjoyed like the entire vibe of tonight. Kind of more on the laid back side, cracking up, making some jokes and whatnot during some of the games. Yeah, I've enjoyed being able to co-cast with you tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
Of course. And Yeah, coming into the series, we are washed, undefeated so far, 6-0. They're not gonna have that 10-0 season like a lot of teams want to have. I'm blessed to have that. I'm blessed that I had that 10-0 season back in the winter circuit of 2021 to 2022, and it was definitely fun. Definitely fun when I had it. It's not easy to go 10-0. Realistically, if we were washed, they are the #1 team, and everybody's gonna be out to get them, pitchforks and all, and it's gonna be. I'm really looking forward to this one because it could be a lot of fun here. As Tony doesn't remember. You don't remember the last joke. I'm trying to remember what the last. I'm trying to remember what the last joke is, Tony. Well, what was that last joke that we had? We know the first two, which everybody has to go back to the start of the stream and look for.
Yeah, was it in between the games?
In the first series? No, it was not the first. It was not in the first series. At the very end.
Well, no. Was it in between last series and what we're about to do now?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it the dance one? Maybe
Dancing? What kind of a joke do we make about dancing?
I don't know.
Here, someone who's been watching the stream.
What
What kind of jokes have we done? We've done 3. You said like we gotta clip it or something, in that last one, right?
Oh gosh.
You said something about how we gotta clip that. It'd be bad if someone clip. No, it was dancing because you said, oh, it would be absolutely terrible if someone were to clip this right now.
Oh yeah.
It would be. It was the dancing, wasn't it?
Probably. That was probably more or less just something that we were joking about clipping rather than an actual like joke itself.
Yeah. By the way, Nedjarl, hopefully he's still here. I did the dancing for you after all. And if Nedjarl isn't here, someone tell Nedjarl. Someone tell Nedjarl that I danced for him. Someone let him know. Nedjarl's a pretty supportive guy, so I always dance for him. And not always, but I usually dance for him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the dance was clipped in the chat earlier.
Dance was clipped?
Yeah.
Wait,
it was
someone
clipped.
How do you know
Yeah.
that someone clipped it?
Droppin' Woes Gaming clipped it, and then Tusty replied to it just a minute
You
ago.
guys. Well, here, let me see. Let me see if he pulled it up. Where is it? Doing his dancey dance. Nice one there. Nice one, man. Great name for that. It looks so bad because my computer isn't actually. My computer is not amazing, but whatever. It's
Love
fine.
it.
yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get all the clips of the matches that I had today, and I'll definitely be making sure to get them out here as well. We'll get them all out at the end of today. We'll get them all out. All of the fun jokes, you'll get to see them at the end of the stream as Tony and I will go back and look for them. Lucky enough, so far we've only made 3 of them, and we have the last one clipped. So the other 2 are pretty easy though. We can find them; they're not that hard. And also we have what's called speed up, so we can speed up the next time that we watch the stream.
Sure.
And yes, Tusty, it is that dance. Yes, Tony told me to do a whip and a nay, and I did. Yeah, I don't regret a lot of things in life, but embarrassment is one of those feelings I do regret. As we are making sure that everybody can get in. We have about 10 minutes before the match should start. Cheeky dance moves. Thanks, Tusty. Thank you. That's very European to say as well. Cheeky dance moves. But yeah, don't worry. We'll be getting ourselves started very, very soon. Don't worry. We are just about ready to see this series unfold as we are getting everybody to vote on who they think that will win. Votes being casted. Everybody's definitely excited. I'm definitely excited. You're excited, Tony?
Yes, I'm definitely excited to see this match. I love watching 2v2 matches.
You love watching 2s. Yeah, we got more of them. And then after this, I believe we have another 2v2. It might be a 3v3. No, it's another 2v2. It's SNRF and Templars GC playing after this one. So 3 more 2v2s. Everybody add more emotes. I could if I would, But I'm so busy, man, that it's so tough to do that. Also, I don't have any emotes. Like, I don't have any emotes that I can use. If someone wants to make me emotes, I will use them. But I can't make emotes. I don't know how to. And
Yugi has made some emotes
Yugi
before.
makes emotes. That's kind of cool from Yugi. Good for him. That's definitely not an easy thing. I'm not an artistic guy like that. I'm not the kind of guy to make emotes. So that's not my thing. I don't have any emotes for my stream. But if I can get emotes, I will. I will 100% get emotes if I can. But
Yeah, some of
so
my
far the only
emotes
one,
are just
so far
like
the only one I have is that weird wave emote that you're given for free.
the wave emote.
Yeah, like the one. Here,
Oh,
let me
I
put it
see.
in
I
chat.
see. Yeah.
There you go, that one.
It's the little
Little blue guy.
Twitch guy waving.
Sporty 23. Why 23? Whatever. Yeah. Tusty shows. Because Tusty, you're subscribed, right? He is subscribed. Tier 1 subscription emote. So, there you guys go. You can use it. Although, don't spam the emotes. Spamming can get you punished on the stream if you spam too much. But I'm pretty lenient. You guys know that. I'm pretty lenient. As I'm going to relax a little bit for our next match because, I don't want to bring out all the hype right now. This has been a very exhausting day, but don't worry, it's going to be a lot of fun. I promise you guys. It's going to be an absolute blast to watch these matches unfold. And tomorrow we'll have a 1v1, and that will end off this week. And the next time I'll see you guys, it could be Tuesday, could be Wednesday, who knows? Unless you guys want to get me for Monday, if you guys message me about that, I can always do that match. But you guys gotta let me know. How's school going? Ooh, it's going pretty fine. I got my homework done. It's definitely not easy classes, for sure, but so far it's not been that bad. In all honesty, I already took my first quiz, which is very early, but it's also a college level class, so I guess that makes sense.
What kind of classes are you taking?
My classes here, I can see if I can list them all out. First period is forensics. It's a forensics. It's a high school level forensics. Second is college level physics. So can I gauge what year you're in? Sure. Oh, so I can gauge what year. I'm currently in 11th grade out of 12. That should tell you how old I am. Oh wait, no, what year I'm in. I'm in 11th grade. I'm 16. There you go. 16, 11th grade. Get it all. But no, the class I'm taking. First, I'm taking college level forensics. High school level forensics. We call it honors at my school. It's high school level, basically.
Yeah.
And next is college level physics. We call it it's AP physics. After that, is an electrical and mechanical engineering class. That is high school level electrical and mechanical engineering, which sounds super fun. I'm gonna be using like laser cutters and such, and X-Acto knives. Because my school is rich like that. After that we have period 4. 4 is Spanish, so it's high school level Spanish. I've been doing Spanish. I think this is my 5th year of Spanish. I'm terrible at language. As Little 24 coming in with the follow. Welcome to Sporty Stream. We're talking about school classes. Sounds hard. Well, in my area, you have to take hard classes. It's kind of like societal pressure, but also because my area is super smart. So I can do it, man. I'm a relatively smart person. So you learn computer science, Tusty. That's nice. Honestly, I'm doing coding later in the year as well, and that's gonna be that apparently might be a tough course, but it's whatever. So after high school level Spanish class, I got a college level English class. So college level language and composition.
Nice.
Though I'm not a nerd. Me and my friends go to gym. I don't, Tusty. I'm a nerd. And you know that I'm a nerd. And if it's fun if you like it, No, I don't mind it. School's fine. I don't like it, but I don't mind it. I can deal with it. Some people hate it. I don't mind it. It's where I talk to all my friends. Well, friend. I only really have one close friend. Again, nerd. Not that many friends. But after the English class, I have a high school level history class. It's actually a governmental class. We learn about the government. A good amount is on the U.S. government. Actually, all of it's on the U.S. government and politics. Anyways, it's an interesting class. After that is a free period to do my homework and to catch up with friends. And then after that is a college level calculus math class, which is probably my toughest class this year.
Goodness, calculus is something else, man.
Yeah, I'm 2 levels ahead of the usual math level that I should be in, but there's a good amount of people in 11th grade that are taking calculus this year. You'd be surprised in my area. There's a lot of people who are really smart.
Nice. Yeah, I was a band nerd in high school. I did like marching band. I did honors percussion. I did honors choir. I'd helped teach theater at my old middle school. Anything fine arts related that you can think of, I've done. And then when I did my first year of college, I was doing double majoring in music education and performance.
As we're actually going to get the start right now, NBD and Weird Wash telling me they want to start.
Oh, and it looks like we have.
Yep, everybody's in. So let's get back to the casting mind, right, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Let's stop talking about schooling. Let's get hyped. Let's get loud because this stream is loud, and these matches are in the playoffs. Here we go. NBD on the orange, starting off with that fake kickoff, and against We Are Washed, who are in the blue. We Are Washed have not lost yet this season, and they are going to try to keep that going against NBD here.
Yes, sir. And like you said, we already have a fake kickoff coming on the very first kickoff of this game. It looks like both of these teams might be pulling out like everything that they have in order to try to win this match that should go to semifinals in this playoffs. And it looks like we already have a demo, and it looks like Magoo has the first goal here for We Are Washed.
I see Magoo. Yeah, the demo in the midfield, and that one went past the defense as well. Magoo with the open net, and yes, that's the math prodigy. No, I'm not a math prodigy. There's some really strong math students in my school. They're like 4 levels ahead. I'm only 2. There's a good amount. There's like a good amount of my class year that is 2 levels ahead, and that's just because there's a good amount of people who actually love maths in my year, surprisingly, and I'm one of them. Math's my favorite subject. That's why I'm also taking really strong physics, because that's also just math. But anyways, we get into this one. NBD now down a goal. They're looking for more, and against the We Are Washed. I always say this about these teams that are lower on that ranking. I hate to get these. They need to get early wins against these top level teams because if these top level teams have the momentum, now you're having to play against a scary undefeated team who are in the lead, who also have momentum, and that just might be too hard to feel against. But Frade, what a shot! How in the world was he able to get that one? Deep Frade. He gets the dunk on Ludo.
Yeah, it looks like Deep Frade went up and challenged a little bit early to have that pre-flip that he got from that second jump. And it looks like he was able to just flip that right up under the We Are Washed defense. And one thing that we saw with the first goal is we had DeLudo get that pretty good demo on the back line of NBD's defense. And that was able to get Magoo that shot that they needed for that early first goal for this entire series. One of those things that we talk about is getting demos, and as I'm talking, Ludo gets a wonderful shot on top of the ND. Is it NDB? NBD. NBD defense.
That's all right, though. We Are Washed up by 1. As that ball getting past both Ultimate JT and Deep Fried. NBD now again down by 1, but Deep Fried could pull another one out of his tricks. Shot can't go past Ludo. This Tier 4 series continues on. DeLudo to the back wall, looking for the ceiling shot, can't get it as my voice cracked there. Deep Fried pops it up away and going after someone else, leaving it for Ultimate JT. Open, and JT scores. Ultimate JT with an ultimate goal to tie up this game. Game 1 could go like this, so let's hope the whole series is this close as well. It's going to be some non-stop action here on the Sportiest stream.
Yes, sir. Both of these teams coming right out of the gate, getting these early goals that they need to get in order to solidify this very first match of the series in their favor. And it looks like Defrade is going to go over here, looking to get it on the back wall for his teammate, but gets blocked out a little bit. And it looks like Magoo going up, getting it halfway on to the NBD side, trying to get another goal here to try to get themselves the lead in this game. It looks like Ultimate. Go ahead.
What? Oh, you want me to go? Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Ludo
you're good.
Ludo to the corner. I just didn't have the cue there. in front for Erson McGoo. Not a strong shot. Ultimate J to the save. It did go. It did unintentionally fake out Deep Fried, but that was just not going to be strong enough. You need to put on stronger shots against NBD. They're a team that has a pretty solid defense. They're a team that can stack the net if they need to. And the last match was against the biggest one. Biggest one was definitely the epiphany of stacking the net. NBD was able to outplay the offense on them, but NBD does have that ability to overcommit sometimes. They're going to have to be careful on offense whenever they do get it during the series, that they don't make any mistakes that they made against the biggest one, because the mistakes that biggest one was able to capitalize off of, we are watched are going to do the exact same.
100%. We go back. We look at these stats here. NBD is looking pretty good on the defensive side of things, averaging about 1.6 saves per game. And it looks like
they're doing pretty well on the offensive side as well. Ultimate JT just scoring from the midfield to give NBD their first lead of the game.
Yeah, both of these teams pretty good on either side, offensively and defensively. We have another fake kickoff here. Kickoff is going to go into NDB's favor, and they're trying to get another shot here, but it just goes wide. Bagoo looking to try to pinch this into the net, but it's a little bit to the right.
And this is the problem that NBD sometimes faces on their offensive side. They like to send both people up, but they don't always know whenever it's best to leave or best to challenge. Sometimes they over-aggress. Sometimes they throw everybody at everything. And they have to be relatively, clinical, relatively, I'm trying to think of the word. It's not professional, but they have to be, not persistent. Not contained. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. What's the term?
I don't know. I'm blanking on it.
I think it starts with
well.
an S. I think it starts with like an S. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, the word is like on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember it at all.
As Deep Fry takes it to his back corner, we'll figure it out at some point. Why am I thinking of the word silence? That's not the right word. They're definitely not getting silenced right now, as JT with the dunk to the back wall could put this one in! Yes, he will! And NBD, we said they needed to get that win in game one, and they're trying to make that happen. 2 goals up, 30 seconds remaining. As this team that's able to not over-aggress, they're able to play very well, and they're really taking this. We are washed. Again, we said they don't have that playoff experience. That's why NBD should definitely take early games on them. It's just because they don't have that experience. We are washed. This is their first playoff game in their season.
Yeah.
And they're going to need to make the most out of it.
Yeah, 100%. And this is exactly what, like you said, this is exactly what NBD is looking for. They need to get these early goals against We Are Washed, because We Are Washed is currently 6-0. They are looking super scary stat-wise, but we go back to them not having that first playoff match this playoff series. They just went straight into this game, which is round 2. They don't have any momentum. The momentum is 100% in NDB's favor right now, because they won last week, and they also just took this first game 4-2 against We Are Washed.
Yeah, now we go to game 2, and game 2, We Are Washed. This could be their chance to come back, or it could be NBD's chance to just add more. We're running out there. There we go. As I'm going to search up that word right now. There we go. Composed. Composed is the word I'm thinking of. It definitely doesn't start with the S, but composed. Composed team. They're not. That's kind of how NBD played. They didn't ever take any unnecessary risks. Well, they did take one, but they took minimal unnecessary risks against We Are Washed, and that's pretty good for them, honestly. That they're playing extremely well. As
that's not what I wanted to do. My bad.
he's pulling a Johnny Boy. He's trying to relive the glory days, as Stacks would say.
Hope that didn't mess up kickoff at all.
If it did, we just reset. It's not a big deal. Doesn't look like it. Game 2, and none of the teams are. Everybody's still playing, so I think you're good, my friend. I think what you did is it can be excused here on the stream. There's no punishments. that we have to hand out here before you doing that. And for We Are Washed, they might get an early goal here. Yes, they do. It's Ludo to score. Take me through this play, my man Tony.
Yeah, so it looks like it just really looks like unfortunate 50-50s. And then that second man on NDB side was just pushed up a
NDB.
little bit too far. NBD, sorry.
NDB. Man. I've never had
gotta get
someone
my dyslexia
mix up
under
names that
control.
badly. I know B and D sound very same. Here, if you need to help yourself out, you can just do it like with the phonetic alphabet. How does that sound? You know what the phonetic alphabet is, hopefully, right? NBD.
Would it be bad if I said no?
No, it wouldn't be, but I'm surprised that not everybody knows it. It's actually quite an important alphabet. You should. Do you know? Do you at least know what what B is in the phonetic alphabet?
Is it the first letter? No, I don't.
Oh no, my man. Phonetic alphabet. It's the English alphabet, but they attach words on the letters.
Oh, okay.
It's that one. You ever hear someone say,
Okay.
like, Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta? That's
Yeah,
the
I
phonetic
know what you're
alphabet.
talking about. Okay.
As
See,
some
that
demos
makes
coming
a
out,
lot more
Mike.
sense there.
Yeah, of course. Now we got some demos coming out here as Magoo in field, but no one there to stop it, and Ludo all the way back for We Are Washed. We're just gonna wait for that clear, and he was demoed as well, so not like it was a bad decision from him to stay far back, knowing that clear was coming out, and he wouldn't be able to catch up to the ball. Disciplined play. That's another word that I could use for him. Disciplined. Where you don't play super aggressive when you know you can't. See, I'm getting all these words now. You know, it just took me a little bit of searching up online, and I could get those words.
Right. Ooh, we almost have an own goal.
Dunk as well. It's in front
here
of the
from
net.
Magoo.
And, oh, Deludo's going to get the dribble. Deep fry. There's a demo him out. In fact, getting demoed himself. A double demo in the middle of this game. It's still only a 1-goal difference. We're washing the lead. NBD's offense is starting to wash up here. Starting to get beached as well. You need to start to throw this at We Are Washed. Oh, I didn't mean that joke. That's a bad pun. And totally unintentional, guys. And as we do await to see if maybe we'll get another goal this series.
Yeah, hopefully. One of the things that NBD did
There you
really
go.
well last season was
Everybody clap! Yeah, he got it. He got the name
Was-
correct. All apologies to
Finally.
NBD for having Tony mess up your name. He's got
I'm
it.
very
If you need
sorry.
help, man, just again do the phonetic alphabet. November, Bravo, Delta. There you go. That's the phonetic alphabet version of that name. If you really need help, hopefully you don't need to. No, hopefully you don't have to rely on that.
Hopefully not. Yeah, one of the things that they did really well last game was just coming out of the gate really strong against We Are Washed. And that's something that, like, all these teams tonight have to be able to do to go up against these undefeated teams. Because the undefeated teams are looking super, super scary because they are currently undefeated. And there's a reason why. It's because they are very good at what they are doing, and they are very good at the strategy that they have coming into every single game.
I would have to say that the teams playing against them, any team in the quarterfinals is super scary. No matter if you're undefeated, no matter if you've only gotten 2 wins because you're in the playoffs. If you make it to the top 4, you're a scary team, and even top 8 is scary. Any team in the playoffs, it can be scary because the playoffs are a whole different ball game. Everybody will play differently. There's much more pressure, and really, the best players shine at these moments. As NBD still looking for their first goal of this game. Can't believe they scored 4 goals last game, and now We Are Washed, stopping them from scoring this game. It could be a shutout.
Yeah, 100%.
Something's changed.
Yeah, so the one thing that I can see is that they kind of changed. They're playing a little bit slower. Last game, we saw them come straight out of the gate, like super, super heated and just throwing everything that they had at the net. Now they're kind of playing a little bit more cautiously because they don't want to overcommit that second man. Because if you overcommit that second man, then it's good. If the other team gets a really big clear, then it's almost a guaranteed goal for them.
And this one almost in front for JT. That one saved by Ludo. Deep fried coming up. And what can he do? It's off the back wall. Ultimate JT needs to get back. We Are Washed trying to get a 2-on-1. Oh, JT is there to stop it. Marcy Magoo to the corner. JT with an early challenge. Now looking for Deludo. Trying to bump him out. It's going to take the boost instead. A fair prize for being that aggressive. NBD, though, still needs the ultimate prize of getting a goal. It's in front, Deludo. Awkward, JT's going to challenge. Magoo clears it away. Back for deep fried. Deep fried. No options there. everybody from NBD in their own half. RC Magoo is going to clear this one out. And we might see this game come to a close. We are washed, leading by 1. We'll drop the ball. It was a 1-goal game. And that will be all that We Are Washed needs to come back into this series.
Yeah, 100%. And one of the other things too is like NBD had 4 shots. They just couldn't get any of them into the goal. That's one of the things that you got to be working on, is that shot accuracy on net, because it's not going to do you any good if the shot is going wide every single time. You have to be able to shoot that ball on the net every single time. And we saw them do it last game. We know for a fact that they can do it, but I think they just need to compose a little bit and then just keep on working on getting those shots on.
One thing I'm noticing from MVD is their second man is extremely deep. They need to work on getting that second man more incorporated into their plays, more passes. I don't know how strong their assists are, but I know that these teams do have pretty strong assist statistics, and NVD definitely needs to utilize that second man a little more, even if it's not in making passes. At the very least, being able to be more involved in the midfield can definitely keep We Are Washed on their own back end.
Yeah, going to those assists, We Are Washed averages about 2.1 per game. NBD only averaging 0.8 for assists.
Yeah, definitely need to go into that second man. As a lot of people do know me, I'm becoming more and more of a strategy person here, right, Tony?
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
Strategy's evolving. I actually had it last when I was casting with. Oh wait a second. Oh, I had it when I was casting back when I was with a guy by the name of Pink Roses. Told me to look more at playstyles, and the playstyle of We Are Washed is so far winning out this game. You can see it. They're taking this more methodical, taking their time. They know that they can beat NBD. And Ludo with the first goal of this game, trying to make that a reality, trying to get themselves the series points.
Yeah, you saw those fakes coming out from We Are Washed, not fully committing on the ball to try to get NBD, just kind of sporadic almost, just like whiffing at everything, because they know for a fact if they slow it down a little bit, because they played up in their face the game or last game and the game before, if they slow it down, they're changing that playstyle a little bit, kind of making it a little bit harder for NBD to try to figure out their playstyle. And Magoo has a perfect shot on net from half field here.
And the second man challenge, once again, gonna hurt NBD. Ultimate JT can't catch up to this one from RC Magoo. And they're beating out the second man. That's one thing We Are Washed are doing. That's how they are countering to this playstyle. Game 1, it just looked like they weren't ready for the playoffs. Game 2 and now Game 3, focusing on being able to beat out that second man and utilize that midfield to force the players of NBD into an awkward situation. But now, 2-on-1 the other way. JT shot, saved by Magoo. 1v2, no problem for Magoo. And now that I've rhymed it, Magoo is now going to bring it back upfield, but it's cleared away by Deep Fried. Deep Fried towards the net, in front for JT. He can't find the target. We Are Washed are saved by their own post on defense. They almost got diced up there from the NBD team.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that I was talking about right before this game. They have to make sure that they can get those shots on net, because it doesn't matter if it goes wide. You have to be able to get it within those posts, just like Deep Fried did here to get this first goal for NBD.
Dribble mechanics had to avoid a demo behind him. You don't really see that often, but Magoo was chasing down Deep Fried, and Deep Fried had to hold the boost as long as possible. Saw him jump off that wall, use that wave dash as well, and a little chip to get past that last defender, the speed there to get rid of the defense, the pressure from the defense, as JT now trying to find another one to Ludo to keep it away. We Are Washed having to watch out for these demos. They were enacted last game from NBD, but they're using them every so often to throw a little bit of a wrench in the plans of this We Are Washed team. But We Are Washed can respond. Magoo's shot is off the crossbar. Ultimate JT clears Deludo in the midfield, and that's a strong second man play to keep the ball for We Are Washed.
Yeah, one of those things that We Are Washed is doing so well right now is utilizing that second man, rather if they need to make a back pass, or rather if it's that they just need them there to be that brick wall to stop NBD from getting another goal.
This shot off the back wall. Deludo coming in, can't find it. Magoo bumped away by Deep Fried. Ultimate JT is going to get the clear backwards, allowing Deep Fried to come up. And the net is wide open. Deep Fried's just going to score this one. Where was the defense of We Are Washed?
It looks like here Deludo actually went for mid boost rather than just trying to contest that ball to stop it from going into the net. Maybe he didn't think that they had a good shot on net, or maybe he just thought that Magoo would be able to get back in time.
No, it doesn't matter what the error was. We are washed now. This game is tied, and they need to find a way back. NBD is starting to put more and more momentum on them. As we are washed now. Dribble from Magoo going towards net. But that was such a tight angle. Almost no way he can score. Another demo. Infield from Deludo. Deep fried back. Deludo. He has Magoo behind him, but he's going to go for it himself. Dunk infield. Magoo. No jump there. Now he does. Shot is good. Shot is off the crossbar. And the shooting accuracy for We Are Washed, plaguing them there.
The ball just kind of sitting here in midfield. Both teams kind of whiffing it a little bit, but Ultimate's been able to get it onto their side. Maybe he can make something out of this. Magoo up, puts that into the corner. Looks like they're gonna try to slow the play down a little bit. Maybe go for a pinch right here to get it into the net, but it goes just wide.
And there's a team play there. We haven't seen a lot of them from either of these teams. Not as many assists for these teams as you would expect, but they are still getting their goals, although I think utilizing everybody on offense is going to be crucial to whoever wins this series, as Deludo's shot will become Deludo's goal. Off the midfield, waited for the NBD error from JT, and is able to slot this one to the back post right over deep fried.
Yeah, it looks like JT just didn't really get the touch or anything that he needed in order to clear that out. Deludo just had a perfect shot on net there, and looks like he's going to try to get the center from Magoo, but JT there with that wall of a defense again, looking to try to get this maybe center for his teammate, but it's not really going in their favor. They can't really get it in front of that net of We Are Washed.
And even when they do, clears like that from Marcy Magoo make this job so much more difficult for NBD. They know that they can't be too aggressive with their second man either. That was an error that they made last game. Cannot rely on playing. Can't rely on the second man challenges being poor, and so they need to be careful with how they tread in this series. As now back for Deludo. They go down, getting a second touch. Does this one go in? No. It's gonna bounce off the post in Ultimate JT. Heavy first touch, and the dribble won't start. Ultimate JT cannot get a single chance on that net. Back the other way, pinched out, and that dribble there from Ultimate JT, the error of not being able to make the right first touch, is now deep fried. Another heavy first touch from these guys. NBD, the mechanics slipping away as their first touches are not as soft as they need them to be.
Yeah, one thing that you have to be wary of when it comes to twos is just giving that ball away. And it looks like every single time NBD tries to go for any of these like soft touches, it just goes a little bit too far away from them, and they just end up giving it to We Are Washed.
The way Deludo faked to let it down. We Are Washed now up by one, 2-1 series. They go to match point. They could win it in this last final game against NBD. As now game 4.
Yeah, look at those shots from We Are Washed, just absolutely putting so many onto NBD, and NBD actually saved a decent amount of them. They have 5 saves total for that game. Like I was saying at the beginning of this series, NBD is looking really good with that defense, but We Are Washed is just putting so many onto the net that just looks like NBD's like not keeping up with it really.
We Are Washed. They were slowed down. Now they're picking up the pace once again, and they're changing this playstyle all over the place. It's fluctuating, as you would say, and NBD has to keep up with that pace and start to dictate it themselves. They need to keep more possession. We Are Washed can dribble this ball. NBD, they've tried, but it hasn't succeeded. And Deludo's shot, a great shot. Deludo scores the first goal in Game 4, just like he did in Game 3. A strong shot to the net.
Yeah, and we saw that demo come out as well, deleting that first man to make the second man push up a little bit too far to just clear that into their net as well.
Now, We Are Washed up by 1. This could be the final game of the NBD players season. Marcy Magoo with the long clear. Gonna follow it up, but his teammates demoed. He now needs to play it all on his own, but he has no boost. He's getting harassed by deep fried. Ultimate JT to allow Deep Fried to get the clear as well. Deep Fried, heavy first touch, trying to get past Ludo. This is going towards the net unintentionally. We are washed, first save, second one in, Deludo there! Deludo prefubs this, and he saves his team from having to worry about going tied. Now Magoo, under the defender! Magoo to do it himself, from defense to offense. Deludo with the save, RC Magoo with the thinking cap on, steers this one under Deep Fried.
Yeah, Deep Fried expecting that high touch from Magoo, but like I was saying in the last game, they're just playing it calm, cool, and collective. Not really trying to make any big plays, anything flashy, but they're just trying to keep it on the ground because they know that they can play very well if it's just on the ground and they're just getting those ground dribbles and plays in.
The shot saved away by Deep Fried to follow it up, but Ludo is there much faster than he is. The aerial game hasn't been utilized that much from either of these teams. The question is now if NBD is willing to take that chance to go there and try to win that game against the We Are Washed side. Might be in their best interest to try to have multiple different attacks, not just the ground but the air as well. As now Magoo into the corner.
Yeah, NBD had a decent amount of aerial plays here in a couple matches to try to get some of their goals, and Deep Fried over here to the net, and he puts it in.
Yeah.
Just on the ground, like we were talking about, just getting those soft ground plays in, not keeping it too far away from his car.
Yeah, ground plays exactly. That's how they're getting these goals. I haven't seen a lot of really high flying aerial goals or aerial plays become such a big factor in the series for NBD. They're staying grounded against We Are Washed, and We Are Washed right off the kickoff. RC Magoo calls out the NBD bluff. And he gets a goal from it as well. Ultimate JT bluffing that he was going to go for that challenge. And as soon as he noticed that Magoo was not taking him seriously, he couldn't go back to get that play. What a heads-up play from the blue side player.
What an amazing touch to get that onto the NBD side. As we see here, Ultimate JT going up on the wall. It looks like he's going to bounce this off into the corner. Can't quite get there in time. JT getting way too high of a touch here, just giving it straight to Magoo.
And oh my goodness, and I thought that was going in for a second, and the demo there, the boost spawn was not favorable for him. The only RNG element in Rocket League here to curse NBD's chances on that solo play, dribbling it downfield. JT with the demo and Magoo. Deludo, last man back, has to avoid the demo, and Deep Fried. JT, the shot is not there. Deludo is safe. The We Are Washed team is safe. They're also going to get the clear as well. That challenge still not in. Second man challenges from NBD. He went back for boost. Couldn't get back. And now, no boost here for Ultimate JT. Stuck on absolutely nothing. Trying to dribble this ball out.
Yeah, we are just over halfway in this possible last match here. What do you think NBD needs to change in order to try to get these two goals that they need to go into overtime at least?
Well, you can see that that positioning from Deep Fried and Ultimate JT, they need to challenge a lot more. Because that was a great flick from Deludo, by the way. That one is tough to save, but you can see it. No challenges. He's given a couple seconds on the ball, and that's all Deludo needs to get the goal. NBD has to be more challenge happy here because the challenges from them have not been here, and they really need it. Hello, Bart Simpson the Fourth. Welcome, man. I do notice you with the 5 points sporty. Notice me. Welcome, man. Thank you for supporting the stream. As we are currently still watching this series from here, watch NBD. NBD down by 3. They're gonna need goals and fast. There's not much time remaining. The clock is gonna feel really, really fast for NBD. It's gonna feel extremely slow for We Are Washed. You know how it feels, Tony.
Yeah, being up in any game with only about a minute 30 like this game is, if you have a whole bunch of goals scored in your favor and not many for the opposing team, it just feels like a slugfest of you just trying to keep the ball away from them so that they don't have any sort of chance to come back.
Yeah, but the thing is, We Are Washed has 3 goals ahead, meaning that there really isn't that too much pressure on them right now. Now, if NBD were to score 1 goal, maybe we would see pressure, but We Are Washed just using what they need to do, and they're gonna get another goal from that overcommit from NBD. You can't blame them for going for it. They are 3 goals down with 60 seconds remaining. But you might maybe think that maybe they were just a little too hopeful for that double tap in the corner.
Yeah, no, I think what ended up happening over there is they just committed way too hard. They were so dependent on that double tap not being saved out, and it just ended up going not in their favor as Ultimate JT accidentally saves the goal from Deep Fried here, causing them to have to push back onto their side so much more early than they thought they would need to.
Yeah, now with the last 30 seconds, unless NBD can score right now, we are washed. Definitely has the ability, but Deep Fried to shoot. There's still an opportunity. It's not a big one, and they're gonna need to rely on multiple kickoffs. But NBD could still get back. We're not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, NBD is going to have to look for at least 2 to 3 kickoff goals here with 25 seconds left. Not really too what's the word I'm looking for?
Reliant?
No, I'm losing my words. Yeah, reliant. They have to get some pretty fast goals here. It doesn't really look like it's going to end up happening here with 10 seconds left in this match.
Yeah, Deludo now going on to Deep Fried. NBD, their season is over, but a top 8 finish, definitely something that they will take in stride. We are washed, just the better team this time. And they win, just like they did last time. It's a 3-1 victory. We are washed going into the top 4, the semifinals, the best of 7s, whatever you want to call it. We are washed there to play. As Deludo has 3 goals with 2 shots. My good.
Yeah.
the game's bugging out. What a win. And with that said, we are going to have another series as right after this one as well. As we are going to have that next match delayed a slight bit here to help out everyone, help out ourselves with the pre-show. But again, it's going to be again. We're going to have another series coming up right now.
Yeah, what a match between those two. We had NBD coming out with the game 1, but then they just ended up losing a little bit too much momentum. They ended up letting We Are Washed get way too many goals on them. And I think what ended up happening is they just didn't really keep the momentum or keep the speed that they really needed to in order to close out that series against We Are Washed.
Yeah, that will end off the run for NBD. Now going into our next series, it's going to be SNRF. As here's a water bottle, by the way. I don't know what that's doing here. SNRF versus. Oh yeah, actually I did get the water bottle. SNRF versus Templars GC. We're immediately heading into our final series of the night. My man Tony, we're not done just yet. Our voices are still loud and happy.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Super excited to see this last match that we have here, Tina. We got. Where did my stuff go? We have SNRF versus Templars GC. It's another 2v2 match. Tier 3 match. And we got our boy that we've had here on the desk with us, Crouton, playing tonight. Super excited to see this match.
Yeah, I am too. And the playoff bracket here, a big match for these guys. As I'm trying to find. Here's the other guy. As again, I'm so excited for this series. It's what everything has led up for SNRF, and again, it's gonna be pushed back a slight bit here as we are trying to get info and stuff set up for our match. So anybody here watching, we do have a prediction poll coming right up for all of you. Again, your choice here: SNRF or Templars GC. We are gonna get the match starting up very soon. We are going to be a slight bit late, but I'm sure that's fine. Again, we're trying to make sure that we are ready for the series when we do get it to start. Again, it should only be maybe a 5 minutes, a 5 minutes pushback here. I'm sure you guys will be starting any moment. Hopefully, all of you are excited for this series as I am, because there's so much on the line for these teams.
Yeah, and as we start to get this last match up, I'll go ahead and I'll pull up some of the analytics of the players that we have playing tonight.
Yeah, and I'm getting those as well. I'm gonna actually get the match info and I'll send them to you. I know you want I know you'll need that. And I know the teams will need that, so I'll make sure to send the match info to you as I set up the lobby. But again, as you can see, those series have been it lasted a good while, but we're still here, we're still happy, and we're definitely gonna get these series going. It's another 2v2 for you guys. Again, it's SNRF versus Templars GC. A definite fun series for you guys to see.
Yeah, and I've got the stats pulled up here. We have SNRF averaging about 2 goals per game. But on the other side, we have Templars GC averaging about 3.1, just over 3 goals per game. We have Narwhal on SNRF averaging exactly 2 goals per game, and we have Croutons averaging exactly 1 goal per game. And on the other side, we have apparently averaging almost 2 goals per game, not quite at 1.7. And then we have Decode averaging about 1.3 goals per game. So all of these players can definitely put the ball into the net. But my favorite thing to look at is that assists per game. On SNRF, we have 0.7 assists per game with 0.6 on Narwhal and 0.8 on Croutons. But over on Templars, we have 1.6 assists per game, with Decode averaging just above 1 at 1.04. And then we have apparently averaging 0.64 assists per game. And I talk about it all the time. You guys are probably like sick of me talking about it by this point. But it's something that definitely does matter when it comes to twos, when it comes to threes games. You got to work that ball around the defense. You got to be able to break that defense down in order to really be able to get the ball into the net.
Yeah, and the teams that can utilize their teammates the best, generally speaking, are the ones that can win it all, and have many more weapons than just the passing. And yeah, the Templars GC do have that. As everybody is joining the lobby right now, they are gonna have to wait a slight bit as we get everything ready. And again, I want to say to you, all of you sticking around, thank you so much for joining for the match. As we're gonna have to reset the server as well, because I did the wrong server. How could I do that to myself?
What was it on?
Apparently it was on Sam servers.
Oh my goodness.
That's not right. Yeah, it is on Sam. I was one button press away.
I didn't even notice.
As again, we are making sure that everybody's getting in here. But but even so, the series records are very similar: 5-1 versus 5-2. That's not much of a difference. Which means SNRF a slightly better start to their season.
Yeah, it's not that much at all if you look
It's
at how
basically
many
nothing
games.
in the playoffs, because anybody can win in the playoffs.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, it's another best of 5 as well, and we're gonna get into the game. About 11:05, we have everything set up. Just had a bit of a rush on that, but everybody is in. Everybody is ready. We're about ready to start. What do you think? What do you think is going to come what do you think is going to become a factor in this series? Is there anyone that we should look for as we watch SNRF play Templars?
Just looking at stats alone, I definitely am looking at Narwhal on the SNRF side of things because he's averaging the most goals out of all these players per game. But one of the other things as well is you don't want to count out Templars because of that assist, because like I keep on saying, that is my biggest thing that I look for, because you have to have those team plays in order to break down that defense. You have to have that first man going for that pass, possibly also going for a demo on the first or second man, and then you have your second man coming in and just securing that goal for you.
And now as we get ourselves ready, we're just about ready to start. As again, I want to say thank you all so much for getting yourself involved with the stream. I am Sporty FC, with me as my man Tony, and this series is about to begin. Tony, are you ready?
Yes, I am definitely ready. This
Wrong
is
answer.
the
It's
match.
aye aye, Captain.
Oh, I just realized the SpongeBob reference you were trying to
No,
go
I don't
for.
watch SpongeBob. I just noticed. Oh, hey, it's SpongeBob. That's interesting. Hey, we're in, everybody. We're in, and look, Civi's in here. Hey, we got Civi back from when Latin 7 played. Now you're gonna be playing the winner of this series, by the way. Civi, whoever wins this. Are you here for scouting? Are you here like scouting them out, Civi? Is that what you're doing here? I think Civi's scouting them out.
That would be smart.
Yeah, that's what Crouton did to you in the
Yeah.
50 circuit. By the way, both the SNRF teams are still alive, which is actually really good, fun to look at. That's really impressive from them to get this far, because their teams aren't the most mechanical, they aren't the fastest, but they play very well. And now in twos, can they keep their season running? Well, against the 5-2, against their 5-2 opponents, we could see that. As Deludo coming in with a raid of 3. Hey, Deludo's jumping in. Yo, Deludo's getting the follow. Tony, say thank you, Deludo.
Thank you, Deludo.
There you go. And Deludo, congratulations on your win as well. That we just saw, assuming that's what you're streaming. As now we're getting our last series of the night. SNRF versus Templars GC. SNRF in the orange. Templars GC in the blue. Nope, SNRF is in the blue. Templars GC is in the orange. It's Flying Narwhal and Crouton Dust versus Takode and apparently Mystic. Let's get in. Hello, that one guy. Hello. How you doing? I see that you jumped in from the Ludo stream. Everybody from the Ludo stream. I'm Sporty FC. Along with me is my man Tony. We've been casting all the matches today, and it's been a blast to be here with Tony. I want to thank him so much for being involved. We do have a series in our hands, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. But yeah, looking into this series, not really too much shaping up here for either team. Like I've said before, this first game, you're kind of like trying to figure out what the other team does, kind of try to figure out their play style and how they approach the ball every single time. And it looks like so far, both teams are just playing a little bit slow. Like I said, probably just to scout each other out, try to figure out how they play. But we do have Crouton going up here into the corner, trying to get it center for Narwhal, but it's cleared out by apparently Mystic.
Yeah, and SNRF, I've seen them play before. They usually do start their series off a bit slow. They are a team that has to learn what other people do, especially with a team like Templars, who they have not played before. They do share common opponents. I might mention that later on in the series, but for right now, all you need to know, these teams are just it's a slow start, trying to get used to each other, and really, we need to see who's going to score that first goal.
Yeah, because whoever gets that first goal is going to start having that momentum in their side, and then that's probably where we'll see both of these teams kind of bring out those trick plays that they have up their sleeves as well.
Yeah, as Bart Simpson the fourth is now spamming the notice me command. Hello, Bart Simpson. Hello, Bart Simpson the fourth. I can see you, my friend. If you want to spam it, I have no problem. I have no problem if you want to spam that command. I will say, that's a lot of points you're using. But then again, it's your life. I don't control your life. You can choose whatever you want to do with those points. As Flying Narwhal with the clear out, Takode back in. This series keeps going, and still no goals yet. 2 minutes 30 in, and apparently Mystic shot saved by Flying Narwhal. That could have been the first goal. Now Takode over Crouton Dust. Options in field. He has no boost. Gonna pinch it up, Flying Narwhal to get this save. This is a tier 3 2v2, unlike the last series, which was tier 4 between these two teams. And winner of this going on to best of sevens. And best of sevens are just so hype sometimes. You really, they're such a long series. You stick with teams more, and you really do find out who is really the better team on the day.
Yeah, because like we talk about a lot, it's all about that mental state. You got to treat each team as if they are going to play their absolute best that day, because you cannot underestimate anyone that gets into that top 4.
The code into the corner. Flying Narwhal has to avoid apparently Mystic. Gets the clear, and now SNRF have a chance. Not many shots for SNRF, my man Tony. Their offense has been contained here by the Templars GC team.
Yeah, for the most part so far, the ball's just been staying in that midfield half. Or not half. That midfield part of the pitch. As both teams just, like, kind of bounce the ball back and forth to each other. See what each other are going to do.
Yeah, and what's crazy enough is Templars GC have their own shooting difficulties. Only having 2 goals right now in this game. The same number as SNRF, but They've been able to get more pressure, but the shooting really isn't there. That's another shot from Narwhal. There's so few shots in this series. It's really tough for any team to really win out that midfield. No one's getting full control, and no one's really giving up that control either.
Yeah, both of these teams have been just trying to keep it a little bit more closer to themselves.
And I have a question for you, my man Tony. Do you think maybe the speed of this game could be a big factor into why it is so slow? As I'm sorry, it's not 2 shots for each team. It's like 5 or something, but still not a lot of shots. As actually, I'm gonna take a look at the board. Yeah, 2 shots to 4. That is not a lot of shots, in all honesty. SNRF though do have more shots, but even so, just doesn't feel like they aren't getting that much pressure. 6 shots in total, not a ton in a 2v2 match. Do you think the speed of the game is impacting this though, Tony? Because both teams are playing relatively slowly.
Yeah, both teams are playing pretty slow from what it seems like here at the beginning of this first match, and that, like I was saying earlier, could be because they're trying to fill each other out, but it also could be because they might just be a little bit too stupid.
Oh, no way!
It looks
Mystic!
like apparently Mystic.
At 0 seconds! Oh, I saw this was coming. I didn't know if he had that second touch, but he double tapped. We went 5 minutes straight without a goal, and at the very last second, Templars GC are back.
My goodness.
I'm
Apparently
so sorry.
Mystic.
I'm so sorry. I interrupted you there. But Mike, what a goal! Holy!
Yeah, no, you are perfectly okay. That goal, well, it was kind of like heating up to it for a minute there, but we weren't really sure if he was going to be able to get that angle. But then just at the last second, when Templars GC needed it most, apparently Jack delivers.
Oh yeah, they
Or,
delivered. He
apparently
delivered.
Mystic, sorry.
Apparently Jack.
Apparently Jack is on
If
different.
apparently Jack was in this lobby, I'd be a lot more hyped about that.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my goodness, I'd also be very confused. I don't know why he'd want to be on my stream. I'm not that good of a caster for him, but I mean, it'd be an honor to have apparently Jack on the stream, having the Dictator squad. But we go to game 2 with apparently Mystic scoring the game winner. Look at how many saves though from Takode. 5 saves. My
So,
goodness, SNRF did put on a decent amount of offense, but their shots just weren't that meaningful. There weren't that many. There were a good amount of them, but they weren't all that threatening, and that's how Takode has 4 saves.
yeah, Takode saved every single shot that SNRF put onto their net.
As we go into game 2 on the Aquadome, and Templars GC add on to this. Only 1 goal last game. Definitely not. You definitely can't rely on that for every single game in the series, though, because 1 goal, the other team is bound to score.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is like, we have to be watching for these early goals for each team, because now that they've kind of warmed up to each other, they're going to start playing a little bit faster here in Tier 3, because, like I was saying, you have to be able to figure out how your opponent is going to play and then try to either match that speed or try to find a way to counteract them as well.
And for SNRF, they're going to need to think fast, because they really can't allow this game to be one of those learning experiences for them. They already had their experience in last game, and coming into this one, they at least need to put a fight up here. As now Crouton Dust puts it in the back of his own net to Code from his back wall, literally from his back half into his back third goes through. And you see that demo, Crouton couldn't see where the ball was, and he didn't have a ton of boost either, and accidentally puts it in his own net. An unfortunate situation to give the first goal of the game.
Yeah, a very unfortunate goal to be giving up this early in the match as well, because those demo plays can be something else. You have to be able to watch out for those demos, because stuff like that can happen out of nowhere. Just someone comes and sideswipes you, and then you're left on your half pushing toward the ball, and it's going towards your net, and then it just ends up being a very unfortunate own goal.
Apparently Mystic infield for Code. Passing play doesn't work out this time. It was a bit obvious for SNRF to see what they were going for, but Templars GC threatening multiple different offensive attacks. As now this one pinched out for Crouton, but not the touch he wanted, as it goes straight to Code. Templars GC still on offense. Code in field, but Crouton's there to clear. And Code is holding this midfield extremely well. Apparently Mystic trying to get through Flying Narwhal, but can't do so. Flying Narwhal has some space and time.
That was kind of a smart play coming out from Flying Narwhal as well. Rather than going for that air dribble, which is a little bit riskier of a play, he opted for trying to get it down to Crouton, and it looks like, as I'm saying, this Flying Narwhal dribbles it around the defense of Templars GC and is able to secure that goal that they needed to tie the game back up.
And apparently Mystic went back for boost. He opted to give a little more space to Flying Narwhal on that dribble, but as soon as you turn around and try to going for the head-on dribble, all the cards are in Flying Narwhal's favor. You have to respect that he can shoot that, and he did try to make that challenge fast. Flying Narwhal was faster, and Flying Narwhal scored. The offense has an advantage in that 1v1 situation.
Yeah, especially if it's just in that 1v1 situation. You have to be able to read your opponent and try to be able to figure out what they're going to be coming at you with every single time.
Crouton dribbling it around. Apparently Mystic going to bump him away. To code up. To shoot it. But not really. Flying Narwhal and Crouton are going to keep it back. The code still there. The code with no boost left. And you can see he's flailing in the air. He can't catch up to the ball. And Templars GC going back to code. Good amount of space here. Crouton Dust is going to shoot this one to the back wall. The code. Awkward. The code can't read it. Flying Narwhal is there. And now SNRF take a lead.
That is definitely what they needed in order to try to get back into this game rather than just being tied up the entire time. You saw that pass coming from Crouton from midfield to try to get that up to Narwhal. That was some really good comms on SNRF side.
The Templars GC, the lack of a challenge and now the lack of a save. Another goal for Flying Narwhal. He is scoring all the goals this game for SNRF. In fact, all the goals this series for SNRF. And
Yeah,
to
that was
code
one-
head enhance moment there as he wasn't able to get the save. Instead, he flew right by it.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was talking about at the beginning of this series is Flying Narwhal is definitely one of those people that you want to look at because he's averaging 2 goals per game and he's already have 3 just past halfway in this match.
Mystic saved away by Crouton. Crouton off the sidewall, and if Flying Narwhal gets another goal, it will actually average 2 goals per game. He'll get 4 goals in this game. As infill from Crouton to Code to put it away. Flying Narwhal back. Apparently Mystic didn't recover. He can't put on a challenge there. And now Flying Narwhal. His shot is good. Apparently Mystic just out of reach. Now he's got his 4th. Flying Narwhal flying sky high. He's feeling sky high. This goal is sky high. Flying Narwhal doing it all for SNRF.
Yeah, he's definitely the player that people need to be watching out for on Templars GF this game.
Gee,
Because if anyone can do it, he can.
I'm sorry. You've been really Templars. Sorry, what did you call them?
Templars?
Templars GF.
Oh, did I say GF?
You said GF. Templars
Man, I'm
girlfriend.
messing up everyone's name.
Templar,
I'm messing up
Templars
everyone's team's
girlfriend.
name.
Now, sadly, that's incorrect. No gamer can get a girlfriend unless you're super famous, super popular. You're not getting a girlfriend. Trust me, I have experience. No one's ever asked me out. As this one cleared away by apparently Mystic, we're gonna stop talking about my relationship goals and instead talk about the match in front of us. Flying Narwhal looking for another one. He's gonna have an air dribble, but he used so much boost to get up to that one. No pace from Flying Narwhal, and so no air dribble. There really didn't have to be any challenge from Templars GC. They knew that there wasn't gonna have to. They knew that they didn't have to put one for not Flying Narwhal to get that an air dribble. But now Flying Narwhal, he will put on an open net. It does go off the post. Demo though onto Code. Flying net. Oh, and he doesn't get past apparently Mystic. Flying Narwhal flies off the wall. Can't get it.
Yeah, and we have Flying Narwhal putting it right back into the corner. It looks like Crouton's going to try to get this center for him. Flying Narwhal's up. Can he get the goal? And it's just to the right. Can't quite secure that 5th goal for this game.
And to be fair
Yeah.
for SNRF, they don't need a 5th goal. All you have to do is just hold out for game 3. But you can always you can always stat pad a little bit. Crouton here. This shot saved away by apparently Mystic. It's going in field. Flying Narwhal not going to jump for that one. Smart play. You don't need to play aggressive when you're up by this much. Now he does, and now he scores. Flying Narwhal, 5 goals on 10 shots, and it's really the amount of shots he's been having that's giving him so much good shooting, as he isn't missing this target very often.
Yeah, it seems like almost every single thing that he's throwing at Templars this game is going in. And just breaking down this defense of Templars so well this game. And it shows with these 5 goals that they've been able to get.
SNRF winning game 2. They have a little bit of resiliency here. And now we go to game 3. And this one's important as well. And you know why game 3 is so important. Because of the series point that is now handed out to either one of these teams. My man Tony, take me through kind of the game 4 and why it's so important. You play on Hex Gaming. You'd know how important game 3 is.
Yeah, those game 3s and best of 5s are some of the most crucial, because if you are able to get that game 3, more than half the time you are going to have all the momentum that you need in order to secure that 3rd game of the best of 5 series that you need in that game 4. As we head now here into this game 3, kickoff is looking like it's going in Templar's favor.
Apparently Mystic can't read it.
Yeah, Crouton trying to get that downfield for Flying Narwhal. Looks like he's going to try to bring this up the wall. Can he get this center? He doesn't have much boost in the tank. Can't quite get it there.
Yeah, and I think the real thing I gotta look at SNRF, even though they got a win last game, it does feel like it was off the back, on the shoulders of Flying Narwhal. While Crouton Dusk has been on the desk, and he's an amazing person, he hasn't been all that useful during this series, and he's been very quiet. It seems like he just is finding difficulties getting himself involved. If he can shoot a little more, like a little more like Flying Narwhal has, we might see Crouton Dusk become more of a threat. But for right now, you really got to look at Flying Narwhal for being that kind of player to watch out if you're on the Templars team, or if you're a Templars GC fan.
Yeah, like you said, Crouton hasn't really been able to shine this series. Hopefully he'll be able to possibly get some more passing plays into Flying Narwhal, since we know that Flying Narwhal can get those shots into the back of the net. Maybe Crouton can try to set him up a little bit more, rather than in Flying Narwhal having to go for those solo plays.
Don't mind me just scouting. Alright, Mike, no problem, man. We've had Mike's No Pro on this stream a couple times for Energy Infinite. How are you doing, Mike? How's your evening going so far? This is the final series of the nights. I'm here with my man Tony of Hex Gaming, and we're just chilling to see how this series goes. Crouton Dusk is a very recognizable name on the stream. He's co-casted with me multiple times before, and he almost gets his first goal there. Can't get it through, apparently Mystic. Now Flying Narwhal, but no one calls for it on SNRF, and that's gonna waste crucial time for them to get that shot.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to try to get a goal here soon if they're wanting to put this series into their favor. It looks like they're trying to get a little bit more aggressive. The ball has been in Templar's side for most of this game now, as we head here with 3 minutes left.
And the boost was stolen. Crouton has absolutely nothing on his own end. Had his corner boost stolen, had the mid boost taken away as well. Templars are boost rich. Now it's off the bounce, but apparently Mystic can't get it. Flying Narwhal to keep it close. 50-50, not through tag code, and Crouton almost dunked away, but relies on his dribbling to keep this one out. Now, 1-on-2, flick! Not past apparently Mystic. Apparently Mystic holds strong, and now Flying Narwhal needs to wait to let his teammate come back. He does. The code shot is high, but it's not on target. Crouton can wait. Crouton can get this clear. SNRF relying on these clears to keep the pressure off them, but it's very reminiscent of Game 1. No team really taking any massive stands on offense until now, apparently, with Mystic to score. And he was the one to break the deadlock in Game 1. He was the one to win it, actually, in Game 1 with that 0-second double tap. And now he's the one to do it in Game 3, getting this goal almost 3 minutes in.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes in, just 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in this 3rd game. If SNRF is wanting to swing this series into their favor, they're going to have to get a goal here soon, and then just try to either keep it into overtime and win in overtime, or possibly try to get that 2nd or 3rd goal that they need in order to get that soft cushion. That way they can just play on the back, play a little bit more passive, and then just bleed the clock out.
Go to the back wall, looking for a second. Crouton Dust is there to save. SNRF trying to build some offense to rely off of, but their offense hasn't been there. It's only 3 shots this game. Last game, Flying Narwhal had 10 shots. Consistency from SNRF definitely a little bit lacking when it comes to the shooting department. Seems like in all the odd games, they're having difficulties Flying Narwhal looking in field, apparently Mystic to save. Crouton Dusk off the back wall. It's rolling in front. And you see Flying Narwhal jumping in, but Decode, cool as you like it, needs to keep his calm on that goal line. And now Templars GC will get a goal from it.
Yeah, it looks like whenever Crouton hit it here to the side, he opted to try to go for that boost, but he ended up getting a demo, and I think that's what ended up throwing him off, not to be able to get back in time for that shot that Templars had on their net. Again, here, Crouton throwing it back onto Templar side. Flying Narwhal trying to get a shot here. It's just wide. Can Crouton follow up? It's blocked out by apparently Mystic. Apparently Mystic going up the wall, trying to get the center for his teammate, and it looks like he's just going to go for the shot instead. And that is 3-0 in Templar's favor with 52 seconds left in this third game. Momentum definitely swinging into Templar's side with only just a minute left. Looks like SNRF is going to have to try to bring something back here in order to secure this Game 3 win.
Oh, thank goodness. I was silenced there for a whole minute from King Ace Cookie. He's silencing me. No, we're back, everybody. King Ace Cookie silenced me. We're into the last 30 seconds, and I'll take it from here on out. It's Crouton Dust trying to get it over to Code, but looks like SNRF might be shut out in this game as well, but that's a really good shot! Oh, and it does go in. I cursed Flying Narwhal, but Flying Narwhal, look at this. To Code definitely didn't expect it, but it was that his 50-50 actually gained speed on top of the ball. And yes, Mike Snowfro, Civi and Latin 7 did actually beat Clippers. We saw that on this stream a few days, yesterday actually, I believe. Go watch it. It was an incredible series. It was a 3-1 win, and yeah, you're playing your other Energy Infinite team. Both Energy Infinite teams are on the other side. This is determined the last of the top 4, and SNRF trying to claw back in game 3. Unlikely in the last 4 seconds, but we've seen 0-second goals in this series. Maybe we get to see another one. Who knows? I love the idea of thinking about that. And also, that's Crouton's first goal.
Yeah, that was Crouton's first goal in this, I think, entire series.
It
Looks
was.
like going for the big kickoff here.
Big kickoff. Flying Narwhal. The shot has to go in. It hits the ground first. A Spanish kickoff, as that's what it is called. Almost went in their favor. But SNRF, that shot, not good enough. Sonicrit coming in with the notice me. Welcome. Hello, Sonicrit. I see you, man. Again, congratulations on your win from yesterday, I believe. It was absolutely great, and I hope to see you guys play more on stream for next week. I'd love to see that, and if not, maybe even the week after. But right now, we're focusing on this series, Templars GC, up 2-1, going into the final game. And what do you see here from SNRF that is worrying you a little bit? Because there's definitely a couple things that we could definitely point out for SNRF in the future.
Yeah, so SNRF just looks like they're playing a little bit too timid at times. Because it looks like they're trying to speed up and slow down at times. Because we saw in the beginning of that last match that we just saw, they were so dominant in the first, like, almost half of the game. I think it was, like, the first, 2 minutes or so of that game. The ball was on the orange half almost the entire time. But then they just started backing off a little bit. And it could be because Templars pushed out a little bit more, and it looks like Crouton's getting his second goal of this series. 5 seconds in, getting that long goal from his back corner, and that's what we need to see a little bit more coming out of SNRF.
And apparently Mystic, as soon as he saw that shot, he panicked. He went to the back wall immediately, but he should have stayed grounded. That shot looped it down, and he stayed on his goal line. Actually, would have been an easier save for him, but Crouton Dust will take that nonetheless. SNRF off to an early lead, and that could do wonders for their confidence here in Game 4. They need to force Game 5 now if they want to take the series.
Yeah, so at the last minute or so of the last match, as I'm talking to Code, evens it up here at 4 minutes and 34 seconds.
What a goal
left.
from Code Mouth. What a goal, what a shot, what a play. He's putting your thoughts on hold.
Yeah, Templars doesn't want me to give SNRF any hope right now.
I'm putting your thoughts on hold right now. As Flying Narwhal, here's dribbling out. He might put our thoughts on hold again, trying to get the dribble play. No, he can't get through to Code. And now apparently Mystic the other way. They may have just made a fast transition, but there's no shot on the end of it. And it's already back and forth this series is. Possession shifting immediately. SNRF playing with a little more speed now.
Yeah, and that's something I definitely wanted to see out of them, because whenever they have the ball onto the orange half and they're just banging goals or banging shots at the net, like, they can play super aggressive, but they just end up playing a little bit timid at times. And I think what they need is they just need to be able to rotate, grab that mid boost, and then just keep it on the orange half.
Yeah, they're doing really good at this banging job as it's still tied up 1-1, and Crouton Dust is gonna get the dribble out. Is trying to get through to Code, but Code's there to stop it and get it away. Crouton and put it in field. Flying Narwhal taken away by Code. Code's bang is not going to go in the net. Code, a bit of a wimpy one there, as that shot just doesn't have the power or the accuracy to go in.
And we see here Flying Narwhal trying to put one on net as well, but it's blocked out by the orange side. Crouton kind of playing a little bit like passive here. Maybe he just doesn't have enough boost. Maybe he's letting Flying Narwhal go up for that because he knows that he can go up for those aerial plays. It looks like Crouton's going to miss this 50-50 here. It's going to go back into the corner. The blue side apparently Mystic up, and he saves the shot for Code. Goes up, gets that touch that they need, just comes back down and leaves it for Code.
And what you didn't see before this replay, Flying Narwhal tripped on his own post. That's why he couldn't go up for that first save. And now staying back in his own net. As Code is going to shoot right over him. Now, Templars GC take the lead. They could hold us here. But we know that Flying Narwhal and Crouton Dust can jump back. It just depends who will step up for them when they need someone to score. Someone to make that good play. Who will it be? Going to go in field. Flying Narwhal on the other side. SNRF trying to bring it in, but once again, there no speed from Flying Narwhal. He's trying to get the play. He does get a dunk on apparently Mystic, but Code doesn't get the clear. The ball bounced awkwardly. Flying Narwhal in front. Apparently Mystic away. One-on-one with Crouton. Crouton to his back shoulder, and it's only a 1-goal difference. Somehow that one doesn't go in.
Yeah, we're just past halfway in this game 4. Is it game 4 or is it? No, it's definitely
This is game 4. This is definitely game 4. It's Utopia Coliseum. The maps are the RLCS rotation. I do see you guys coming in there with the crazy though. 2 undefeated teams go down the same week. You'd be surprised. We've had a couple of undefeated teams go down, and Crouton Dust here to score. SNRF trying to make another team go down, but they need to win game 4 first. As I was saying, a lot of undefeated teams have gone down. We saw Strikers Chaos Emerald go down recently. We've seen a lot of top seeds go down actually. We also saw a team by the name of SUX Airport go down. They were at the top seed in their division, no doubt, and they went down in the playoffs. So a lot of teams are losing that have not lost before. The playoffs are a completely different experience. There's some teams some teams can step up in the playoffs when it matters most, and some teams, well, the pressure sometimes gets to them. It just depends who you are and how you play, and that's why so many undefeated teams look worse in the playoffs, because it's a completely different experience. There's an added bonus of the pressure and the fact that you can go out with a loss. Definitely something that some players can struggle with.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It looks like Flying Narwhal tries to get this shot here. Gets over the first one, but Code, don't think he meant to put it in the net. I think he was trying to go for that
I don't think
post out play.
How do you think he meant to put it in the nets? And I hate to say this, man. I think it's he definitely didn't. He didn't try to put it in his own nets. As this shot saved by Code, and the thing that's gonna hurt more about that is the fact that that initial shot wasn't even on target. The Code definitely didn't know that. But it wasn't on target, and only gonna hurt more once he learns that after the series. As now SNRF trying to force game 5. The couple goals, a couple good chances. We could be seeing Champions Field to end off tonight, and Tony, that must make you feel excited as a caster.
Oh, 100%. I love seeing best of 5s and best of 7s all go to Champions Field. It's such an amazing time to be able to see both teams just work their hardest, especially in playoffs with single elimination. Just try to get to that game 5. If it's the best of 5, get to that game 7. If it's a best of 7, just trying to win it out for their team.
To code to clear. It may not go to game 5 if Templars GC can get another goal in these final seconds. So, another goal in these final seconds. Mystic to the sidewall, though. One-on-one with Flying Narwhal, but Flying Narwhal, early challenge, beats his way into it. He tanks that 50-50. And now SNRF can waste some time. Narwhal towards the net. Apparently Mystic to clear. To code, going completely crossfield, using all of his boost to get to it. But it will drop. We're going to Champions Field. And now, we're waiting for it.
And both of these teams playing such good Rocket League right now. As we look at these stats for each team, we have 3 goals for SNRF. We have 2 for Templars. Both goals on Templar side were assisted, and 2 out of the 3 were assisted on SNRF. That was one thing I was talking about at the beginning of this match before we started tonight. One of the things that I look for most is those assist plays to try to break down that defense, and they are definitely trying to break down each other's defenses right now.
Game 5 on the horizon. It's a guarantee now. And it's a guarantee. This is a hype series, a hype end to the series. Just wait for the last player on SNRF to ready up. I can't be more happy. I know they're not happy, though, because no player likes to go to Game 5. It's a player's worst nightmare, because they know what situation they're in. But for us as casters, for you as fans, I'm sure it's exciting.
Yeah, being now on both sides of it, if you're a player and you end up going to Game 5, you know for a fact right then everything is on the line, especially here in playoffs and IGL with single elimination. Your playoff run ends if you lose that Game 5.
And you know what's even worse? Game 5 overtime. I've been there. I've literally been in a 1 minute long Game 5 overtime. It's not fun. There's so much stress. Now the question is, do any of these teams let up their offense? The team that lets it up less will actually be the one to win. Just depends how confident or how nervous they are. You can't let the nerves get to you here. You have to play your game. It's still a match that you have to win. As it looks like Crouton, an early goal! SNRF start up on top, and it's looking hopeful for them.
Yeah, we see Crouton here just get it past, apparently, to get it on to that sidewall in order to get that double tap in. And what a beautiful double tap it was with the side of his car to get that early goal.
SNRF have the lead. That's all they need. They just need to hold it. Flying Narwhal trying to extend it. It's off the crossbar in front. Crouton there! Crouton with his second. And now he's doubled their lead to 2.
What an amazing setup from Flying Narwhal here. Gets that to the post, makes Templars just a little bit awkward on that goal line in order for Crouton to get that second goal that they needed. Now they just need to hang on for 4 minutes and 15 seconds and keep this lead to secure this Game 5 win and this series win for SNRF.
Crouton. Now it's back. Flying Narwhal to dribble it out. Crouton's demoed. Flying Narwhal on his own. Flying Narwhal. The ball at his front. The flick is there. The flick is going. To code to clear. Now Templars GC back the other way. Crouton. Early challenge can't make it. Flying Narwhal to clear it away. Apparently Mystic is back. Has to avoid Crouton to get that clear. The code will keep it. But chased down by Flying Narwhal. And it's cleared away, but apparently Mystic! Shot! Saved to the line by Flying Narwhal! Still in front, Flying Narwhal to clear! The code waits for it! The code back on the net, off the back wall. Crouton waiting. Crouton to clear. Crouton, there's still danger though for SNRF. They need the ball out. They need to keep control, or just get that touch. Flying Narwhal. And now it's out. SNRF relaxed once again.
Yeah, you can see Crouton trying to get that third goal for them, and it looks like Flying Narwhal is going to get it for them instead, making it 3-0 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. What an amazing goal from half field.
SNRF, sorry.
It didn't look like apparently Mystic was ready for that either.
Too excited, I jumped the gun. SNRF, so excited, just like I am. This series, going to the and they started off hot, and now they're continuing that streak. 3 goals for them. Templars GC need to make a tremendous comeback here against SNRF. It can start with one. It will start with 1 goal, but where they find it, they have to dig themselves out of a pit that they dug themselves into. As this shot, Flying Narwhal to save, but he needs to get a second. He does. He air dribbles it lightly away, and Templars GC resets. What a great defensive play from SNRF. They're doing it on all sides of the field.
Yeah. It looks like SNRF is ramping up the pace a little bit, playing a little bit faster, like I was talking about that they needed to do in order to get these goals up against Templars. As long as they can just keep the ball with their cars, and they can just play a little bit faster, get those passing plays in, they should be able to secure this win. It looks like Flying Narwhal's...
Oh.
Yeah.
Flying Narwhal, he's still scared on the ball. We talk about him so often. Leading his team now. Can he lead his team for 1 more series? 2 minutes remaining. Time's gonna go by fast, everybody. And I'm sure Templars GC know that very well. Can they find their first goal to start themselves off right in Game 5, or do the SNRF team just continue to keep them at bay? Flying Narwhal into the corner. The code back in field. Can't get the dunk. He does actually get the dunk, but no pass there. As now, Civi gifting a tier 1 sub to Mike Snow Pro. Civi's gifting subs to everyone. Mike Snow Pro. Make sure to say thank you to Civi. As this series continues on, the final game of the day, and this is where it will end for one of these 2 teams.
Yeah. Game 5 is always the scariest. You have to keep your mental under control if you're wanting to beat that other team, especially in single elimination like it is right now. Right now, SNRF have to keep this 3-goal lead. There is only about a minute left. Shouldn't be too much for them.
They just need to hold composure here, SNRF. 1 more goal, they make this game virtually unattainable, but a shot there, saved by Flying Narwhal. Every save, a little bit closer for SNRF. The Templars GC panicking to get anything in front of that net, but now stuck on defense. Flying Narwhal up for it, under to code, past the second! Flying Narwhal through the defense, and now it's 4-0, as that just won it for SNRF.
Yeah, that 4th goal that Flying Narwhal just got for their team. We had a double commit. You saw both players on Templars go up. One of them went back down. I think it was apparently Mystic. Ended up going back down, but he couldn't land his car on the ground in time. And Flying Narwhal was just able to get that goal in. And it looks like Crouton might get a 5th for SNRF. That is definitely a cushion goal for SNRF right now with 40 seconds left in this game.
If you call that a cushion goal, and right now they have the whole couch on their side. Everybody on SNRF showing up when they needed to, when they needed it most, when Champions Field was in their sights. The defense, the offense, they're playing like a well-oiled machine here. As we hit the final 30 seconds, it looks like SNRF are gonna make it to the semifinals. Looks like they'll be facing Latin 7. But right now, they're looking for more goals. Last seconds here. Templars GC trying to hold out until the end of this game. It's all over now for Templars. Cleared away by apparently Mystic. Flying Narwhal. Almost 1,000 points to his name. We talked about his importance, and he's showing it here. Why he's so important. Two goals for him. And so many other saves. I believe he has 4 saves. Flying Narwhal and Crouton Dust win SNRF on Game 5. Templars GC couldn't match the energy.
What an amazing game from SNRF. This is what they needed. Those early goals is pretty much what secured this game for them. That was such amazing Rocket League on their side of things.
And don't leave just yet. We still have an interview coming up with the players of SNRF. We'll make sure to get them in here very soon. But before we do that, we will have a quick 1-minute ad break before we come back. Give us a short moment for everybody to kind of relax, calm down here. What a hyped series. Welcome back, everybody. We have Crouton Dust with us in the voice call. What a win, Crouton Dust! How are you feeling now that you have escaped the grasp of Game 5?
I gotta tell you, my hands are still shaking a little bit. It's been a while since we've been in a cup game as SNRF. A crazy win. It was feeling a little bad when we lost pretty badly in that game. What was that, game 2 or 3 maybe? But
Yeah.
we were able to come back.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was I normally try to ask this of every player that we have had an interview with today. What are some of the things that you were thinking going into this match, and what are the things that you do to like kind of prepare yourself for this game?
So in terms of preparation, I mean, not a whole lot. Me and Narwhal just got on a little early before the match, and we're running some twos. The two session, I think we went maybe 50-50 in ranked. We didn't. It wasn't a great session or anything, but it really kind of got us in the zone. I think we played the tournament and maybe got first rounded, so I thought that might have been a bad omen, but turns out it turned out all right.
Yeah, and it definitely did with that game 5 win. What about your mental state? Like what do you do to like mentally prepare for this kind of stuff?
So I try to make a habit of not reading up too much about the opponents coming into things because, in my opinion, all it could do is kind of make you get a little scared and maybe back down a little bit from what you usually play. But in this case, I didn't have a whole lot of information. I just knew, they're in our rank. They should be about as good as us. So we've just kind of got to play our game and come into it with kind of a level head and keep things rolling. Once you get a good thing, just keep at it.
Right.
Right, everybody, we're back. King Ace Cookie decided to silence me again, but now I'm back, and I got a fun question for you, Crouton, man. Both casters now getting a win. How does it feel getting that win now playing against Latin 7? You said you don't read that much, but I believe you were here with seeing Latin 7 play. How do you feel going into the semifinals? Latin 7 is watching, so what if you say they'll definitely remember it?
Are the guys from Latin 7 in the chat right now?
Yeah, Sivia is definitely in the chat. Is definitely
Awesome.
in the chat.
Okay. So I was watching that Latin 7 match, as you mentioned, and I certainly remember Civi. I was very impressed by Civi, but I'm hoping for a good match. But I got to tell you, I'm feeling pretty confident. I don't know if you guys saw, but Narwhal kind of snapped out on that one. He was everywhere on the field.
Yeah, but we can't forget about you. Your contributions are just as important. But for most of that series, you were completely quiet. No, we didn't say your name that often in the first 4 games, but you stepped up so much in Game 5 when you needed it most. Take me through. How does the pressure of Game 5 not come to you, not affect you all that much? Because you guys dominated that last game.
Yeah. So the first 4 games, like you mentioned, I wasn't really playing very well, and it was really all credit to Narwhal for even keeping us in this thing to take us to a Game 5. I was kind of not not on my regular how I would normally like to be playing. But coming into Game 5, weirdly enough, the nerves kind of left coming into Game 5 because at that point it's either you play as well as you can or you're gone. There's no setting up for the next game at that point. You just play how you can. And it's funny you mentioned that I kind of started to show up Game 5. There was a point in that match where Narwhal on the comms, he was really, he's calling, oh, you've got a guy in front of you, you can hit it left. It really felt like he was holding my controller and playing that for me. So you might have to credit some of my performance in Game 5 to Narwhal anyway.
Man, Crouton, I'm trying to be so humble right now. But again, a great win. What a way to end off tonight with another win. Another win for another team, and now SNRF going into the semifinals. Anything you want to say to Latin 7? Again, they are still in the chat, so anything you want to say to them going in, to any of the other teams left in, Latin 7, who else is in it? I'm trying to remember. Latin 7, Energy Infinite White or Energy Infinite Black. I know Energy Infinite White is also here with Mike's No Pro, so anything you want to say to any of the teams that are watching right now that are going to face against you soon?
So yeah, funnily enough, I've had a chance to see not only Latin 7, who will be playing next week now, but I also did get to see Mike's No Pro game as well a few days back. I've kind of got the inside track on how these guys play. I've kind of got the caster mentality coming into it, and I think it'll be a good series no matter how it goes. But I'm feeling really good coming into the what is this now, semifinals?
Yes, this is going to become semifinals. It's a best of 7. It's going to be a completely different experience for you guys. And is there anything that you're going to change up going to that best of 7?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Well, Crouton Dust, I talked to them before, and I asked them, again why he was so invested in the casting, especially this week. And he was like, and he told me I want to scout my opponents. No, I'm joking.
I am undercover, you know, in the casting booth. I'm writing notes as fast as I can.
Don't give away the plans, Crouton. Come on, you're supposed to have a secret formula to success.
I'll tell you, the secret formula is Narwhal. Did you see that guy?
What a win, anyways, though. And again, congratulations on your win. But Crouton, you gotta have those shout out moments after every win. So here's yours. I know you did one like earlier today after the first match as a caster. But anyone you want to thank for helping you as a player, more importantly.
Well, I mean, not that I do training packs anymore, but I suppose the people who make training packs, I guess that would be a pretty obvious one. And of course, my teammates Narwhal and Porcupine Duck as well. Our threes team didn't quite make it to the next round of playoffs, but I know he'll be cheering us on. Maybe in the Twitch chat if we can get back on your channel. But again, I would also like to thank every team in our division. It's going to be a white hot finish to the season coming in the semifinals. A lot of teams that I at this point know pretty well from seeing them as a caster. I'm excited for the upcoming matches.
Yeah, what a great thing is. Hello, King Ace. Yes, thank you so much for the nice comment and great win there, Crouton and SNRF. Really, the win that you guys needed, you guys got, and going into the semifinals, it's gonna be fun to see how you guys can adapt to this best of 7 playstyle. Your playstyle may not look like that high flying flashy playstyle, but if it gets you those wins and you can grind them out, that's exactly what all that matters at this point in the season. Thank you so much for joining to the casting booth. As I just knocked my mic. Whoops. As again, great win for you guys, and again, have an amazing evening, Crouton. Hopefully, we will see you next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll try and get in. Thank you both for casting, and good job earlier, my man Antonio. When I was in the booth with you, you did a heck of a job.
I appreciate that, man.
He's been nothing but amazing tonight. We've been having so much fun, honestly. A lot of jokes. You'll have to go back to the first series of the day to see them.
I'll be watching it.
Oh yeah, you'll know when they come. And again, have an amazing evening, Crouton.
Yep, bye guys.
And now, my man Tony, you get to end off tonight with the shoutouts. Do you have anyone that you want to shout out? Because as a caster, I always make sure that casters give shoutouts at the end of their casting, at the end of the casting run that they have for the day. So is there anyone you want to shout out, helping you out today, or even in your career? Because this is the first time you are on the Sporty stream.
Yeah, I just want to give a really big shout out to everyone at Hex. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking with me for this year that we have had in IGL and making this org as best as we can. So shout out to all of you guys. And I want to give a shout out to you, Sporty, for letting me come on the entire day to help cast with you. I've appreciated it. I've had so much fun casting with you today. It's been a phenomenal time.
You think you might take up casting again after this one?
Yeah, 100%. I have all of the VODs from every cast today, so I might send a few clips or a full game in, and I might end up getting into casting for this fall circuit.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. We should definitely do more duo casting, though. Again, it's never fun to be casting alone, you know.
Right.
We should definitely get more duo casting in. I'll make sure to send you more info for next week when we do get duo casting, and it'll be such a fun experience, I'm sure. That will wrap it up for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. But before we do go, we're gonna get a raid here. Is there anybody streaming Indy Gaming League right now? I actually haven't checked. I would have to check. I'm gonna check right now to see if anybody's streaming Rocket League for Indy Gaming League. No, we are literally the last match of the night. We're the only 11 p.m. match. So that's gonna end it off for tonight. You know what? So for being here all day, my man Tony, and for dealing with whatever in the world I've been doing, you get to tell me who should I shout out. You know, any like streamers currently on.
You should.
Yeah, who should I? Should I not shout out? Raid.
Oh,
who should I raid?
There is a really cool guy that I met. He came from a guy's channel named Atheno. He does Rainbow Six content and stuff. Gaming_Dell. He's a really chill guy. He's been with me during most of my streams. He's actually streaming Paladins right now.
Yeah, I have gaming_DL.
DEL, yeah.
Nice, I got him. Let's get the raid going. Let's go support gaming_Dell. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. One more match tomorrow. It's at 6:30. It's going to be a 1v1, and you will love it. Absolutely, you will love it. I promise you guys, it'll be experience you won't want to miss. It's gonna be a 1v1 tomorrow. Who doesn't love ones?
Right.
Great cast, boy. See you soon, dude. Yeah, thank you so much, Civi. It's absolutely amazing to have casted you guys as well. You're an amazing team. Keep your heads up. Keep your heads up high going into that next match. You guys are amazing. Let's go. See you guys tomorrow.